Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela webdev. So we are learning about the React.js course. So we have already completed the basic or the essential topics that are required for a project to run. So we have learned about the use state, use effect, and also the use reducer. So and also we have learned some of the important topics also. Not only that, we have also learned with the examples, with the basic examples also we have learned it with the friends, build, app, share, quiz and all those things. Now it's time for us to move on to a completely new topic in the React, that is nothing but React router. So if you try to see React router, let's try to search in Google about the React router. And here this is the React router. At the time of this recording, the current version running is at the time of this recording is 6.4 or something like that. So now we are learning from the first onwards. So let's learn all of them from the first onwards. So if you try to see here, this is our React router. And if you want to convert it into dark theme, you can convert it into a dark theme. Okay. Now what I want to understand is, so here the features overview, what is new in the 6.4. So what is new means, so here you will be able to see whatever the new concepts that have been introduced in this one. So okay, let's try to remove this one. Why? Because first of all, we don't know about the features and all those things. Afterwards, we can learn about these features. Now here, the second option is I am new. Yes, we are new to this one. Let's click on this new. Now this is the simple tutorial or the simple example which they are trying to give so that we can have a clear understanding. So I will try to do this simple example in our project so that we can understand all the topics about the React router. So then afterwards we can go to other examples. We can develop our own example. So let's try to understand about this React router. So in order to, so I will not develop exactly this output. So I will try to get partial in here to the run. Here the concept, the main idea is in order we need to understand the routing concept. So that is the main criteria. So fine, so let's try to start the React router. So in order to start this React router, what we need? So we need to create a new project. So up to now what we have did is, so we have created a new React project using the create React app. So from now onwards, what we will try to do is we will try to use the white, which we have already discussed in the starting of the React course. I have already told you we can create the project in two ways. That is, one is using the create React app and also the another way is white. So now from here onwards, we will try to create the app using the white build. So let's try to create it. So here, if you try to come down the setup, so here you will be able to see npm create wheat. So we can say it as white or wheat. So whichever it may be. So I will call it as wheat only. Why? Because most of the people will call it as wheat. So now here I will create npm create wheat. So you can give the latest name of your project and all the things. Okay. So now at the latest and name of a project, let's try to do it. So here this is our entire project. So here I am going into the command prompt. So let's open the command prompt. So here this is our command prompt. Now here npm create wheat. Okay, if you want you can add latest. So latest will be added. So here let's try to press enter. So now it will ask you the project name. So what is the project name that you want to create it? Okay, let's try to create a project name react-router. So we are learning about the basic things, right? React-router. And I am clicking on this one. So it is asking, so the wheat is not limited to the React only. So you can develop way different types of frameworks using the wheat. So here I am selecting the React and it will ask you that TypeScript or JavaScript. So we will select the JavaScript. That's it. So it is asking to go into the React router. Okay. So I went into the React router. It is asking to do npm install. Let's try to do npm install. So we have did this npm install. So it will take some time to do this npm install and all those things. So let it take some time. So now the npm install has been completed. So let's open this one. Let's open this one in our Visual Studio Code. So I am opening this one in our Visual Studio Code. So here it has been created. Now we have opened this one in Visual Studio Code. So let's go to the code. Before running the code, so we need to run the command npm run dev so that it will run the dev server. So now if it runs, let's see what it will try to do is. So here wait, and here you'll be able to see localhost 5173. So automatically it will not open. So now we need to open localhost 5173. Let's go to the Chrome browser, and here I am opening localhost 5173. Now you will be able to see this type of screen, Vite plus React. So let it come. So by the time we will try to see the code. Here this is our code. So same like how we have created using the create React app, in the same scenario the folder structure also will be created. Let's see the output. Yeah, here this is the Vite plus React. So now we are able to do it. Now the thing is, so if you try to see here the source and all those things, so here previously we have created this one, the file name using something like app.js, right? But here we will be creating something like the notation will be app.jsx, which we are using the JSX template. So that is one difference. And here we are having vite.config.js, so which you will be able to see these all the things. So plugins, React and all those things. Automatically ESLint will be added to here, so there is no need to worry. So if you don't have means, I will also try to do the video on this one, how to create the ESLint thing. So now if you try to see here, this is our main.jsx file. So this is our entry file, so there is no need to worry. So here you are using react.dom.create root, and here this is the app, and this is our app.jsx, which we are able to see the output which we are trying to see. And app.css, there is a same CSS thing. Assets means if you want to keep any assets, any photo, any images or anything, means you can keep it like this. Index.html is the root file, so which the index.html will be created. And here this is our public folder. So here also you can keep those images which will be public. And that's all about the package.json. If you try to see this package.json, so here the dependencies are React and the React DOM, and these are all the dev dependencies which we will be able to see, the ESLint and Vite we are able to see it. So this is all. So if we have ran this command npm run dev, and this is npm run build. If you try to do this npm run build, all the files will be created in the dist folder. Okay, so lint means it will try to check the lint thing. And another one is preview. So if you want to check the preview, you can check the preview. So these all the things you can check it. So that is not a issue. And other than this, what are there? So nothing is there. So this is all overall the folder structure, if you try to understand it carefully. So this is the complete folder structure. So now in this project, so when you are trying to see the project, here you are able to see this project, right? The output. Now in this project, we will try to create the React router one by one. So this is how actually the setup will be in the Vite. So almost it will be simple only. So it will be simple and it will be easy. So just how we are using the npx create React app, the same command we will be using npm create Vite. So then it will ask you the project name, and it will ask you some series of questions, so which you can answer it very easily, and we can create the project. So this is how we will be creating the project in the Vite build. So in the next video, we will try to install the React router DOM, and we will create our first route. So that's it guys about this one. So hope you understood about this creation of this new project using the Vite build. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. And also one thing before leaving, so I will commit this all React router in a new branch, that is video-96. So as usual, so we already know about this one. So I will be committing all the code. So this is all the code I will commit it. So in your what I can say, in our git branch. So the description will be provided in the description. The GitHub link will be provided in the description below. You can take a look at. So that's it guys about this one. So we'll meet in the next video. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So in the previous video, we have successfully created the new project, that is React app, using the Vite build. Now here we are able to see the output. Now it's time for us to add the routing to our project. So in order to add the routing to our project, so what we need to do is we need to install an external package that is React router DOM. So let's install this React router DOM. So here I will be going into this one, and in this I will be creating npm install React router DOM. So I am installing this one. So it will take some couple of minutes to install. So let it install. let's wait whether this server is running or not. Yeah, the server is running, so let it run, let it install. So fine, so here it has, the package has been installed. So let's close this one. So this is our main.jsx code. So if you try to see here the structure, the format structure, so now here what we can do is, there is no need for us for this app.jsx. Let's clean out this one all. So I am deleting this app.jsx, and app.css also I can remove it. And here the routes folder, so we have created it, so I will remove. Now this is our index.css and this is our main.jsx file. So index.css also I will remove this entire code, and I will use the star, which is a box sizing of border box. I will be giving box sizing of border box. Okay, let's keep it like this. Now here we are able to see the output. Now the app.jsx is also not there. I have removed this entire thing, right? Now this one also I have removed it. Yeah. Now we have installed this React router DOM, right? So for creating the routing, so just like in router v6, previously we used to have a components like structure. So in the React router v6, so we can have something like a variable router is equal to create browser router of. So this should be imported from the React router DOM. So let's import here. I will close this one so that it will be clear. Yeah, import from React router DOM. React router DOM. Okay. Now what we need to import? Create browser router. Create browser router. Now, so this is a method, and it will take an argument, that is an array, which we need to send the list of all the routes. So here I will, let's say that if I am having a path slash, and the element I need to load is nothing but div, let's say hi Leela. So this is our router. Now we need to add here using a component which is provided. So router provider. Okay. So this is our router provider, and this should be imported here, router provider. That's it. So router provider, and here we need to pass the routes. So router provider, we need to pass the router, not the routes, router. So here I can use the router. That's it. Finish. Now if you try to see here, immediately we are able to see the hi Leela output. Now if you want to have another path means, or another route means, so here you need to write path slash contact. We can have it like this. We will learn one by one also. So here I can have div contact page or otherwise. Now if you go here and write slash contact, then you will be having contact page. Now here we are able to see. So this all we have did it through the React router DOM. So this is the basic thing. So this is how we will be creating the routing in the React.js. So here we have taken the variable constant router, create browser router, and this is the path and this is the path. And here we need to provide the router provider, and here like this. So now let's say that, so here you are writing the HTML. So fine, it is fine. So the HTML you are writing, it is fine. So for example, let's say that when you want to have a component, then what I can do? In Angular, we know that path slash means component, what we need, component, and we will be giving the component name. So then in that scenario, what I need to do? So for that one, what we can do is, so here in our source folder, I am creating a new folder, routes. And in this one, first one, I will be creating root. Okay. So root.jsx. So this is our component, first component. And here I will write export default function root. Okay, so this is our root. This is our main route. Now I will return here div root page. Let's try to keep it like this, root page. And in the main.jsx, instead of having this div hi Leela, you can directly import the component route. So this should be imported. The root should be imported at the top. So now we have included, and if you try to go to the home page, now root page, we are able to see the root page. So that means, so like this we can give the component name also, so that the component will be automatically loaded. Now we got the root page. So let's try to design some part here. So here I will be using the React fragment. In this React fragment, I will be having two things, that is nothing but id is equal to sidebar, and here I will be having div id is equal to detail. So these are the two things. And in this one sidebar, let's go into here in the sidebar, and in this sidebar I will be having an input box, type is equal to text. Okay, and here I can have placeholder which is of type search. That's it. So let's try to see here. And sidebar, for this sidebar I will do some CSS. So let's try to have for this sidebar, which is a id, right? So id means I will keep it like this, and here I can have background color of #e. Now we are able to see this one. I will give a width of around 35%. Okay, now that's okay. So let's take the body, and I will give here margin of 0 pixel. Now here the height also we will give 100 VH. Okay, how much is it? Yeah, fine. And we will give a padding of around 10 pixel. Now this looks somewhat fine. Search is there. And the another one, before closing, what I want to do is in this one only. So this is our div. Let's try to have one div here, and in the bottom I will have one UL. Okay, so here you'll be having all the navigation links. ahref is equal to hash, we can have it, and your name, so I can have it like this, and another li you can have your friend name. So like this I am using. So now here we are able to see like this. Now for this one I will apply a class name. For this one, names list or anything. Let's try to design this one also. Names list means, so here I will be having a names list, and I can do list style none. Okay, and here list style none is there, and dot names list inside the a. We can remove this text decoration, so not text align, text decoration none. Okay, and for this one also we can remove the padding of 0 pixel or anything, so it will come here. And if you want to give some gap, means names list inside li, you can give a padding of otherwise for this one we can give padding, not a problem, anything you can give, padding of around 5 pixel I will try to give. Okay, so display inline block we will try to keep it, so that top and bottom also it will be applied. Okay, sorry, inline block. So now the gap also it has been applied, so there is no need of li. So this is how. So now we have designed the basic thing. So now we have designed the routes, so like this. So we'll try to add a routing link to this one all. I will try to show you in the next video. And we have designed the route, and these are the routes how we will be creating, so the path and all those things. So what I will try to do is I will commit this entire code in a new branch, that is video-97. Okay, video-97 create routes, and I will commit this entire code, and I will publish this branch also. So whoever may be having doubts or anything, if you want to refer my code, means the GitHub repository link is provided in the description below of this video. You can take a look at that one, and you can clone the code and you can check the code. And also, and last one is, if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In our previous video, we have did a basic project. So we are working on a basic project, and we have created the routing and all those things, and we have created a layout component also, that is nothing but a route component. And in this one we are having two links, that is ahref, your name and your friend. So let's try to add the link to this one. For example, let's say that we are having like contacts/1, and here we are having another one contacts/2. So like this we will be having different contacts/2. So now here we are having two different routes like this. Now when you try to click on this one, suddenly what it is happening, so you will be able to see this is the React.js default not found error. So whenever any route was not found, means automatically the React router will throw this type of error. So an application error. So it is telling that you can provide a better UX by providing your own error boundary or error element. So now this is the error element property in our root which we need to do it. Now let's go to the main.jsx. So here this is our main.jsx, and for this one we will be having an error element. Okay, so error element, and for this error element you can write div not found anything. So you can do it like this. Now if you try to see here, we are able to see the root whichever is not found, we are able to see this type of thing. Not only like this, so anything, this one we are able to see. So for this one, what we will try to do is we will create a new component that is nothing but error page. So here I am creating a new page, that is error page.jsx. Now in this one, let's use the code. So here I will be using export default function error page, and here I will be writing return the page you are trying is not there or is not available. Okay, so this is the content I want to show. Now here I can go here and I can use this error page instead of this error element, error page. That's it. So now here whenever you are trying to get any page that is not available in the route means, then you will be able to see this type of thing. Now when you are having contact/1 means, for example, let's say now we are able to get a contact page. Now if the contact/2 is not there means, then you are able to get a like this. So in this way we will be able to get. So now whatever the URL, so whichever it may be the URL you are trying to access it, so you will be able to get a not found page, that is also a custom not found page. Now another thing what I want to tell you is, so for example let's say that, so here we have seen this one, right? Now for example let's say that this is our main.js error page. Now I want to show some more details. So what is the type of error we have got it and all those things if you want to show means, in the React router down we have a method that is but use router error. So we'll try to learn about this one in the upcoming thing. So just I want to tell you more about this one. So here use route, okay, use route error. So this is the method. So use route error using this one. So let's try to console.log the error so that you can able to see what is the data it is trying to give you. So cons error. Now if I try to show you about this one in the inspect element, and here if I refresh this page, so here you will be able to see error response. So this is returning an error response. Okay, so no so this is returning an error response. In this error response you will be able to see error, what is the type of error, and here you will be able to see the status and also status text. So you can show the status and the status text like this. So now what we can do it is, so here what is the error we can write it is, so sorry NNX with the page is not available, and if you want to show the further data here in this one, so I can show something like paragraph. I will add a paragraph here for this one, and here I will add another paragraph that showing the error.status text, error.status text, and also so here what I can do is, so here I can show error.message also. So here I can show error.message. So we can show this error.message also. So whichever it may be, so error.statistics or error.message. So which error.message is available? Is this available? So whichever is there, so error.statistics or error.message. So normally you'll be having whatever. So it is a not found thing. Statistics we are getting it not found, or otherwise you can show the status also. So like this you will be having, so whatever it may be, so like this you can show the not found thing. So now whenever you are having a not found and all those things, so you'll be able to show it like this. So for this one what we will try to do is, so here let's try to design a contact page for this one also. So here in the routes I will be creating a contact.jsx Okay, so in this contact we will design the contact page. So whenever the user click on that name, so we need to show here export default function contact. Okay, so this is the export default contact, and here I am returning div contact page. Okay, so now if you try to see here in our main.jsx, so here you will be able to see contact. So here I will be writing the contact. That's it. Now if you see the output for this one, let's go to the back, and here you will be able to see the contact page. So the same contact page we are able to see, which is here in this one component. We will write it as a component. That's it. So now this is how we will be designing the error page. So whenever you are not able to find this error page, we will be showing this one. So note that this use error, root error, provides the error that was thrown. When the user navigates to the routes that don't exist, you will get an error response with a not found status text, as I already showed you. So these are all the things of errors and all those things we can later learn about these videos, and we can discuss more about this one. So for now, for this video, up to this video, it's enough that so you know that errors and all those things, so we can see. So instead of having blank screens and all those things, we can cover up with like this. So this is how we will be designing the not found. Whenever you are able to find a not found and all those things, so you can use this error element and we can display this not found pages. So what I will try to do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-98, and I will commit this not found page, right? Not found page. So whoever may be having doubts or anything, so please post the comments. I will try to give the reply. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to, if you have any doubts or anything means if you want to refer this code, so you can go to my GitHub repository URL. So the link is provided in the description below. So you can refer the code, whatever the code I am writing, I will commit this entire code, the branch and all those things. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In the previous video we have seen when I click on this one contact one, we are able to open this contact page. But when I am trying to click on this contact 2, I am not able to open this page. So what is happening here? We are able to show the custom 404 page. So it should not be like this. So whatever it may be the contact/1 or contact/2, we need to open the contact page. So for this one, what we need to do is, so we need to use the contact rate UI. So how we can use this contact UI? Before this one, so what we will try to do is, we will try to design this contact page. So I will be having some set of data, so sample data, let's assume, so contact, and here I am having an object which consists of first name, last name, avatar means nothing but the profile image, Twitter handle, notes and the favorite. So whatever it may be. So I want to make it as simple as possible. Here I will be having one image. Let's assume we will be having div id is equal to contact. Id is equal to contact. Okay. And here in this one, let's say I am having one div, and here I will be having one image which is an src. I can have contact dot avatar. So this is our image. If you try to see here, we are able to see the image. And another one which we are having is the div1. And here I want to show, let's minimize this one. Yeah, I want to show the name. So here I can have contact dot first, and another one is contact dot last. So these are the two things which I will be having. And here I can show one Twitter handle. So Twitter handle, if you want, you can have the ahref link. So ahref is equal to, so here we can add twitter.com/ like that we can have it. So ahref is equal to, we can have it like this, and here I can show contact.twitter. Okay, and here this is our href, and here I can have https twitter www.twitter.com/ and here we will be having contact dot Twitter, right? So Twitter, so you can have it like this. So now this is our handle. Now the last one which I want to show it is p. So we can show some notes. So notes means about the description of the profile. So notes, that's it. So I want to make it as simple as possible, and at the bottom we can have two buttons, that is nothing but button, and this one is edit, and another one we can have delete. So these are the two buttons which I can keep something like %NBSP. So this is our contact page. Now the thing what I want to do is, so whenever I am trying to open this page, not open this page, whenever I am trying to open this page, so here whatever the thing, so contact/1 or contact/2, so I need to open the page. So this is one thing which I want to do it. So for this one what we need to do is, so here whatever it may be the page, so here what I need to do is, here we are having contact/1, right? So we can have another one something like contact/2. Okay, so now if you try to see here contact/1 and contact/2, so this one it is working fine, it is working, and here also it is working, but this should not be like this. So why? Because so where tomorrow if any another contact comes, again we need to write another path. So this should not be happen. So for this one what we need to do is, so we can remove this entire code, and here this is the part which should be dynamic, right? So this dynamic thing, so we can have it something like /contact ID. So we can have some handle like this, contact/ID. So that means here this contact ID, whatever may be the thing, so it will open the element contact page. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so your name, it is opening, and here it is opening. Oh, where is this one? Yeah, it is opening. And tomorrow in our root.jsx, so if you are having another contact which is an 100, then also it will open contact/100, it is opening. So this is how we need to make. So here the dynamic part is nothing but this contact ID. So we are handling it in our React router using this contact ID. So this is how we will be maintaining the new root. So I think you understood about this one. So now you look at the contact/1 or anything, so it will be able to, we can able to achieve it. But now one thing what we are able to see is, the problem is when I am trying to click on this one, so this one is opening, is not loading in our root layout. This is loading in a separate page. So this should not happen like this. So we want the contact component to render inside the root layout. So then what I need to do, so we can do it by making the contact root a child root. So this is child root. So we need to make it as a child root. So for this one what we need to do is, so here I can add children. Okay, this should be an array, and here in the same scenario you can have something like path contacts / contact ID, the same thing, and here the element we should load is the contact. So this is the thing, but this time it should be in the, so I can remove this one. So this time this should be in the contact ID, as a children it should be. So this is an array, it's a key, it should be path contact / contact ID, and it should be in the contact. Now the component should load is the contact. Now if I click on this one, so everything is working fine. So sorry, so here when I try to refresh this page, or otherwise if I go here and if I try to refresh this page, so it is loading, and if I click here it is not working. So we can have it something like, I think maybe we need to add / I think. So we can rectify this one also, not a problem. So let's try to see. Oh sorry, so leave it like this. So now when I am trying to open this one, so it is, the page is loading, the root layout is loading, but it is not opening in a separate page. So for this one what we need to do is, so here we need to provide a way, in such a way that we need to let the child component to load in the page. So where it needs to load, it needs to load in the detail. So for this one what we can have is, we need to have a router outlet. So how we will be having a router outlet, so we need to add the outlet, and this should be imported from the React router DOM. Import from React router DOM, that's it. And here I can add the outlet. Now if you try to see the output for this one, if I refresh this page, now if I click on this contact/1, so why this page is not loading still? So outlet we have given it. Now when we go into this one, yes, and here if I if I check it in our console, is there any errors? So nothing, so far no errors. So why it is not loading? Okay, it is loaded in the bottom, so it should come side by side. So for this reason what I can do is, so here this is our sidebar and this one is right, so I can keep it as a div container. Okay, I can take it as a total thing as a container. Div id is equal to container, we can have it as in a container, and this container, let's go to the index.css file, and here in our container hash container, and we can have display flex. So we can have it by one, and I can have a gap of around 1 rem. Nice, right? So now we are able to see. If you want, you can also enough. So for the contact.jsx, if you want, you can add a gap, something like hash contact padding 10 pixel. That's it. So now when I click on this one, so we are able to see the page without any problem, right? So now whatever the page I am trying to click it is working fine. So that's it about this one, right? So now we have learned about the nested components and also dynamic param routing also we have learned it in our project. Now what I will do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is nothing but video-99. Let's create a new branch, video-98, sorry 99, and I will commit this one nested routing, right? Nested routing. Let's commit this all the code. So whoever may be having a doubts or anything, if you want to refer this code, means the GitHub repository link is provided in the description below, so you can refer the code. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So in this video we will learn about the local React router. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So here we have designed this sidebar nav, right? So now we have made this dynamic routing also. Now when I try to click on this one, if you try to observe carefully, so the document is getting loaded fully. So that means the page is refreshing, the whole page is refreshing. So this should not be the expected behavior in the React router. Not only in the React router, in everywhere if you are trying to work on the single page, so the page should not refresh, the entire page should not refresh. So then for that reason what we need to do, so what is happening here, we are using our traditional HTML. So this traditional HTML, when you are writing an href, so it will try to redirect the page entirely to that URL what you have mentioned. So for this reason what we need to use is, we need to use the link. So the link component we need to use it, which is present in the React router DOM. So instead of this one, I can add the option link, and which should be imported from the React router DOM. And here, so the same thing should be converted to link, which should be imported from the React router DOM. Here it has been imported. So now link is provided. So here you can close it, or rather, yeah. Now in between this one, you need to give your name, just your name, and here instead of having this href, you need to provide 2. Okay, so 2, and inside this one you can have, so like this you can have contacts/1. So the way I'm using the template literal, whatever the thing you want, you can use it. So like this you need to provide, so not this slash, and now I can close this one. So the same scenario here also we can convert it into link, and this one should be 2, and here it should be also link, and now here also it should be converted into link, and this should be 2, and this also should be link. That's it. Now when I try to refresh this page, now when I click on this one, see the URL is getting changed and the page is also getting loaded. So this is how we will be using the link command. Then afterwards we will try to see, we will be catching these params and all those things I will try to show you. But I am trying to show you the basic concept how we can implement in the React router. So now we need to use the link in order to not to have the full document load. So that's it. So now we have completed this first phase. Now I want to explain you about the another concept, loading of the data. For example, let's say that this is the contacts details. Okay, these are all the contact details, name, friend name, and all those things. These are all, let's assume these are all contact details. Now these all contacts details. So when the page is loading for the first time, so when the page is loading for the first time, this home page, so we need to get these all the data and we need to show it in the here. We need to loop over and we need to show all the contacts. So for this one, you need to do the natural coupling. So the React router has the data conventions to get data into your root component easily. So we need to send the data into this one. So instead of having this API loading and all those things, so we can call directly the data, and after getting the data, we can inject this one into the component. So how we can do it? There are two APIs which will be used to load the data. One is the loader and another one is the use loader data. So for this one, what we will try to do is we will try to create a fake one, not fake one, fake network. So we are not using the networks, right? So I am creating a new file that is contacts.js. Okay, in this first phase, what I will try to have is I will have export async function get contacts. So we will be having a method which will get the contacts from the network. So as we don't have any network or anything, so I will be creating a fake network, a white fake network. So this creates a promise and it will wait for some time. So export async function get network, sorry, fake network. Okay, this is our fake network. So this is all purely logical. So fake network we have created. Now here it needs to return the promise, new promise, and here it will have a resolve, and this one I will call the set timeout. So in this set timeout, so this resolve function will be called after something like 500 milliseconds. So this is our fake network. So this is resolving the promise. Now when the fake network is completed, so I will try to store the data in the local storage. So local storage dot get item of contacts. Okay, so this is the, if contacts are not available, I will convert these contacts to empty array. Okay, so if contacts are available, oh sorry, what is this happening? Yeah, else if contacts are available, then I need to convert these contacts to json.parse of contacts. So this one is returning the string, right? So I need to convert this one JSON, the string data into the JSON. So now at the final I can return the contacts. Finish, done. So now we have returned the contacts. Now what I need to do? So here at the time of calling, we need to load the data. So here we can have one function, export async function, let's say loader. We are having a loader function. Okay, I will be calling it here. You can call it outside also, not a problem. Now here what I will do is, so we need to call the data. So let contacts is equal to await get contacts. So this is the method available in the contacts.js file. So we got the contacts. I will be returning the contacts. I will convert it into object. I will return the contacts. That's it. So now this is our loader. So now we need to use the loader. So here what I can do, let's go to the main.jsx file, and this is the page. So when we are loading the home page, we need to send the data, some data, which is calling from the what I can say from the network. So here in the root we have the function that loader, and I am getting that one as root loader. So whatever the thing, you can also mention that function as root loader also, and here we can write it as a loader root loader. Okay, so the loader, the data, it should be sent to this path into the root components. This is the method, and this root loader is nothing but loader function which is present in the root.js. This one will get the content contacts. Now we are sending the data. Now we are sending the data to this component. How we can catch the data? How we can retrieve the data? So whichever the root loader is sending, how we can retrieve the data? So we have a method that is nothing but, so let contacts is equal to loader data. Okay, so this is the method which is present in the React router DOM. So this loader data, whatever the data it is loading through the routing, so this one will get you the contacts. Let's try to console.log of contacts. console.log of contacts. I will try to show you. So right now we don't have any data in the local storage, so we should get it as an empty object, right? Object, and it should be an empty. So here we are able to get an object, and in this one contacts we are getting it as an empty array. So that means, so here I can have something like object like this, so that we can get it a complete array. Now here you will be able to see. So empty array. Now the last final one, what we can do is we need to populate these contacts. So whatever the contacts we are getting it from here, I need to loop over one by one. So here I can add something like if contacts dot length. So if it is there, then I need to show this UL. So we will loop over this one also. Contacts dot length is there, so we need to loop over one by one. Okay, so here I can have it like this, and if it is not there means then I can write p no contacts. Yeah, so now contacts are no contacts we are able to see, and here so we don't have to have multiple LIs. So here I need to write in such a way that contacts are present, contacts dot map of contact. So we will be having each contact, we will be having each contact, and in this contact, in this contact what I need to do here, I need to copy this entire li thing and I need to paste it here. So here we need to, I should not close it here directly, dot map of contact, we need to have it like this, and we need to, I think we need to close it here. Yeah, so we are having this contact is declared but it is not used. Okay, fine. So here we need to use the contact slash contact dot id, so we can use it here, dollar contact dot id, I can use it, and here in this li, what I can say, what is this one is showing, key property. Okay, we can use it. What I can do is, so here your name also we can use something like contact dot first and contact dot last. So just I want to show you. That's it, finished. Now I want to provide the key. I can use the same thing, contact dot id, contact dot id. So that's it, guys. So now we are able to see the no contacts. Now if the contacts comes, so we will be looping over this one by one. So now what we have learned in this one, so we have learned about the link property, so the not property, link component, which we will be able to use it in order to not to refresh the page, whole document. And also we have created our fake network which provides the context details, and we are trying to use the loader, so which is something like what I can say is we are having this one, right, auth guard, not auth guard, in our I forgot, in the Angular we will be having resolve guard. So like this we will be using, so it will give you the data. So here this loader, this root loader will give you the data, and here in the root.jsx, using the use loader data, we are able to load the data. So that's it, guys. What I will do is I will commit this all code in our new branch video-100, and I will commit that code use loader data. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video as usual, so please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we are learning about the React router concept. So now if you try to see here, we are not showing any contacts, right? So now it's time for us, for example, to create a contact. So for this one, I will add a sample button here, new button, so that when I click on this new button, we need to add the new one. What I can say is a new contact. Let's try to implement this one. So here we are having the sidebar, which is having input type is equal to text, and I will take another one, div, so in which we will be having a button new. So this is our button. Now let's say I want to make it side by side. Okay, let's go to the div here, and this is our what I can say is, here I will add a class name is equal to search box. So let's take this search box, and in the index.css file, so for this search box I will add a display flex, display flex, and also I will use align items hyphen center, sorry, align hyphen items center. That's it. Now we have applied to this one, so we are getting side by side. So let's try to implement. So let's have it like that only. I don't want to concentrate more on the UI part, so let's target more on this one. So here the logic thing, so we have used it like this. Now what I want to do is, for example, let's say that, let's remove this one. So now when I click on this new button, so we need to create a new contact. For this reason, what I will do is I will create this one in a new form. So now what I can do is, let's say that in our React router DOM we have a new component, that is form component. Let's try to use that form component. Here I am using the form which should be imported from the React router DOM, and let's try to use it the form like this only, form, and I will close this form, and here we will be having method is equal to post. So I can use the method is equal to post. Why? Because it should be post. Why? Because we are creating a contact. Now when I click on this post, what will happen here? Let's try to click on this one. So we are able to see this, the page you are trying is not available, method not allowed. Here we need to understand the concept of the HTML forms. So we know about the HTML form. React router emulates the HTML form navigation as the data mutation primitive. So now for example, let's say that as you already know, this one HTML forms actually cause a navigation in the browser, just like clicking on a link. So this form also something like it creates a navigation in the browser. The only difference between the link and the HTML form is in the request. Links can only change the URL, while forms can also change the request method like get or post, and the request body post from the data. So here, and also the request body also it can change. So without client side routing, so if you don't have a client side routing like React router, the browser will serialize the forms data automatically, and send it to the server as the request body for the post and as URL search parameters for the get. So you will get as a question mark like that, right? So automatically it will do it. Whereas the React router does the same thing, except instead of sending the request to the server, it uses the client side routing and send it to a root action. Here when I am trying to click on this form, so we are able to see that it is refreshing, right? So here the client side routing cannot able to handle it. Why? Because the request type has been changed. It is a post request. We are trying to send a post request. Now when we are using this form in the React router DOM, it will send, it uses the client side routing and sends this all the thing to a action. So that is a new thing. So now we can test this one in our app. So this one entirely is one gone, right? So now what we need to do is, so instead of sending the post to the server, so to create new contact, let's use the client side routing instead. So for this one, what we will try to do is, so we have created a form, right? And now we need to create the action for this one. So here I will be creating an action. Let's create export async function action. Okay. And here in this action, we will create a contact. Constant contact is equal to await create contact. I will use the create contact. That's it. So now we need to create this contact. So okay, let's go here and let's create a contact. Export async function create contact. Okay. And in this one, what I will do is create contact. So I am using await fake network. So I am calling the fake network, and we will create the ID is equal to, I will be using math.random. I will use math.random and I will convert it into toString. Okay. So 236 I will do it, and here I will do to substring, and I can do something like 2,9. I will take from the 2,9. Yeah, fine. So that's it. So now we have an ID and create the ID. Let contact is equal to, and I am creating the ID, and here I can use created at, I can use date.now. So I will be using like this, and here I can create the first name something like Leela, and the last name and the last as webdev. Okay, so like this we'll use it. So this contact is created. Now after creating the contact, so we need to push these all the contacts into the first we need to get all the contacts, get contacts. We already have this one, so we'll get the contacts. Then afterwards we will push this one, contacts dot unshift or push anything. So if I want to show it at the top, if you want to show it at the top means you can use the unshift. So unshift of contact, I can push these contacts into this. So now I need to save it here, local storage dot set item of contacts, comma, so local storage contacts, and we need to stringify json dot, oh sorry, this one is all entirely going away, json dot stringify okay, json dot stringify of contacts. So I want to make these all the contacts, that's it. So now we have, now I will return the single contact, return what I will do is return the contact. Okay, so I will be returning the contact, single contact I will be returning it, that's it. This is a simple thing which I am trying to write it. Here I am trying to create a contact which I am giving a fake network, and here we are creating the ID. So you can do math.random or anything, you can take it. So I am framing the object ID, first name and last name, sample I am using it, and the contacts I am getting all the contacts, and I am pushing the contact, the created contact into the contact details, and again I am storing in the local storage. That's it. So we have finished it off. So now so we got the data. So now let's try to go to the roots here. So we have created the contact, let's try to take it and create contact, and now what we need to do, so we need to return the contact. So okay, let's try to return the contact, return contact, that's it. I am returning a single contact, finished. Now when I click on this form, still we are able to get this one, right? So it is trying to call the action that is present for this route. So for this action, what we need to do is, let's go to the main.jsx, and here we are using the loader, right? In the same scenario we have another property available, action, and we need to call that action. So here I can take that action as root action. Okay, I can call this one, and here I can write it as a root action. That's it, finished. Now when the form is getting submitted, so this root action method will be called, sending all the data. Now if you try to see the output, refresh, and if I click on this new, and if you see here, boom, we got the Leela webdev. So new contact has been created. When I click on this new, again boom, another Leela webdev has been created. Now you may be getting doubt in your mind that how come this one is getting refreshed, this page, without refreshing the data. When I am trying to submit the form, how does this sidebar contacts is getting updated? So you may be getting a doubt, right? So why? Because this loader data is not getting called again. So here we are having a loader data, get contacts, and these are things not updating again. We are not using any use state or use effect or anything. We're not using. How come this is getting updated? When I click on this new button, so immediately another one is getting created. So this is what the React router will take care. So whenever you are using the form, whenever this action is submitted, means immediately after completion of this action, the loader method will be get called. So this is one thing which you need to understand this one. So that is the main thing. So here whenever this one is called, so now here what I can say is, prevents browser from sending the request to then sends to the root action in, right? So we have seen it, that one. So instead of refreshing the browser, sending it to the server, it will send it to your root action. So in web semantics, a post usually means some data is changing. By convention, React router uses this as a hint to automatically revalidate the data on the page after the action finishes. This means all your user loader data hooks update and the US stays in sync with your data automatically. So this user loader data will get updated automatically and you will be getting updated thing. So this is very cool, right? So this is how we will be writing. We without using any use state or anything, action and loaders are taking care. So that's it guys about this one. So now we are able to create a new what I can say is new contact. I will commit this code in our new branch, that is video-101. and I am committing this code. What I can say is form action. So let's commit this entire code. So if you want to refer this code, means the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below. So whoever may be having doubts, they can go to refer the code. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So here we are able to see all the contact details. So now when I click on these contact details, I am able to see the static contact details page, right, which is available in the contact.jsx page. So this is the page. So right now we are having only the static data. So what I want to tell you is right now we are showing only the static data. So I want to show the dynamic thing based on the URL which we are trying to send it. So this is the ID, contact ID. Using that contact ID, I want to get the contact details of this contact, and I need to show these details here. So like this we need to do it. So now up to now we know how we can open the root URL using the dynamic root params. We have seen it. That is nothing but in our main.jsx file, like contact ID. So we are able to show this one. Now in this video what we need to do is, so we are sending the dynamic root param ID, but how we can capture this dynamic root param ID in the loader. So in the loader, so that whenever this contact is loaded, so the loader has to get that particular contact details and it needs to show that contact details. So how we can do it? Let's try to see. So for this one, what we need to do, first we need to create a new loader for this contact. Why? Because whenever this root is getting loaded, so we need to get the particular contact details. So let's try to add this one. So here let's go into our contact.js. So this is our contact, right? So I can write it here, export async function loader, and here we need to get the contact ID. First we will try to get the contact ID. So that means this one. So how I can get this one in the loader? So we will be getting an extra variable, that is params. So now if you try to see, not params, actually it's a request. You will be getting as an argument request. Now if you try to check here console.log of request, so I will try to show you console.log of request. Now here if you try to see in this one, if I go into the inspect element and if I show here, so let's click on this another one. What is happening? What is this? We are having one console. Yeah, here we are having, every time it is rendering it is showing one. Yeah. Now if I click on this one, so we are not able to see any loader details. Why? Because so we have created the loader, but we are not using this loader anywhere. So let's try to use this in our main.jsx. So we are having this one here, right? So here I can write we need to load the loader as contact loader. I will use it like this, and here I can use for this one as loader as contact loader. Done. Now if you try to refresh this page, sorry, what's happening? Let's refresh this page. Yeah, if I click on this one, the page you are defining a loader. Okay. We are not returning anything. It is trying to say that we are not returning anything. Okay, let's return the return empty. We'll write return empty. Yeah. So now we are able to see this output. Now here in the console, we are seeing the request object. So this request object, it is having three things. That is nothing but what is the type of request we got it, and we are having a params. In these params we are able to see a contact ID, which is nothing but the URL, so the data which is mentioning here. So now that means in this request we are having an extra key, that is nothing but a params. In that params we are having all the details which we are passing through in the URL params. So here what I can do is I can take this one as params. Okay, I can take this one as params, and in this params what I can do is params dot, or otherwise let's try to do the console.log. So if you see here params, and here we are able to see a contact ID. Okay, and here I can write it as params dot contact ID. Okay, and if you see here I am able to get the details. Whenever I click on particular URL, I am able to get this contact ID. Now using this contact ID we need to get a particular contact. Okay, so here we got the contact. Let contact is equal to, we will be having await get contact, and we will be sending this params dot contact id. That's it. So we are sending this params dot contact id. We got the contact id and we are sending it get contact. Okay, get contact. Now let's write the code for here. Export async function get contact of contact id. We got the contact id. Contact id, and here also I can remove this one. Yeah. Now in this one, what we need to do first, we will call the fake network. So just I am calling it for the purpose. Now here we need to get all the contacts. Await get contacts. So we have the method which is an await get contacts. We got the contacts and we need to get a single contact. So contacts dot find, we can use the find and we'll get a contact, and we need to check contact dot id is equal to contact id. That's it, and we need to return this contact. Okay, so now we got it here. Yeah, now we got the contact, and here in our contacts.js, in our contact.js, so we got the contact, and here let's try to get the contact and we will return this contact. That's it, right? Or otherwise we need to import this contact. Let's import this contact, and I will console this contact also so that we can able to see the output. Now we are able to see these all complete details, right? So here I am able to see the complete details like first name, last name, and everything I am able to see. So this is how we will be getting all the contact details. Now if I click on this one, or if I click on this one, let's refresh this page. So now if I click on this one, so here we are able to get the contact. Now what I need to do, so here we are sending the contact through the loader. Now we need to capture the contact details. So here what I can do is, if you want, you can capture like use loader data, and this one is, you will be getting it as an object, right? You can have it like this. Now if you see the output for this one, now we are able to see a Leela webdev which we are having the data. Right now we don't have any data, right? So that is the reason we are not showing any image or anything. So but we are able to get the data. So this is how we will be capturing the data. Or otherwise what I can do is, so here instead of having this one, instead of having this one, we got the contact details is equal to, let's try to see whether we are able to get it or not. Just I will merge both the things. Okay, so I will take this one and I will push it at the top, and this contact details here I can add it like dot contact details like this. Let's see. So first, last, and all those things. So we are not able to, why we are not able to get it? So first, last we are having, and the contact details also we are having. So maybe at the time we are not getting data or what. So we are having a contact. Let's try to check this contact details. Oh, it is not a contact details, right? So it should be in such a way that we can have contact details, let's say. Okay, and here I can use dot contact. Now let's see whether we can able to get it or not. Now we are able to get it. Why? Because so I am merging these all loader data with the static one so that we can get these all static data also. So like this you can do it, or otherwise you can have a dummy. You can assign a key to these contact details also. It's not an issue. So now I want to show you the basic scenario how we can capture the URL params in this one. So in the next video what we will try to do is we will try to work on this edit functionality also. Hope you understood about this one. What I will try to do is I will commit this entire code in a new branch, that is video-102, and I am committing this entire code, that is nothing but URL params in loader. So we are capturing that one. So whoever may be having doubts or anything, if you want to refer the code, means the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below. So you can go and you can refer the code. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we have successfully completed the creating of this new contact and also showing of this contact details here also we have completed it. Now it's time for us to work on this edit page. So right now we don't have any functionality for this edit page. So let's try to design this edit page. For this one, what I will try to do is I will create a new file, that is editcontact.jsx. So this is the file which I will be trying to create. We will add a route for this one also. So this is our edit contact. So here in our thing, we will write export default function edit contact. Okay, and we will write it like this. And for this one, so return div edit contact. Okay, now I want to add a routing for this one. So let's go to the main.jsx, which we will have all the routes. So here in our children route, so here in this one only I need to show it. So I can have a path. So I want to have whenever the user opens contact/contact ID/edit. So if you opens the edit, so where this contact ID is a dynamic one, I want to load the element edit contact. That's it. So now whenever I try to go /edit here, so we will be able to see edit contact. Why we are not able to see? So this one, oh, here is wrong, element, right? So we should be able to see edit contact. I think what has happened, edit contact, and here export default function edit contact, and we are returning the file data edit contact. Let's go to the inspect element and we will see it. Console, oh, there is error. I think functions are not valid as react child. What is happening here in this one? Path contact/contact ID/edit, and I am trying to load the element edit contact, and it should be imported from the edit contact. And here in this edit contact, export default function edit contact, and I am trying to return the value edit contact. Fine. So what could be the issue here? Oh, I should call this function as a component. So this is some problems we will have it. Fine. So now we should be able to see an edit contact. Yes, perfect. We are able to see this edit contact. Now if I go into our edit contact, we need to define the form. So not define the form, we need to create the form. Let's try to create a form. And here I will have an h1 edit contact. I will try to design the form quickly. So be with me. So I am using the form which should be from imported from React router, and I will be using method is equal to post. And in this one we will be having another div. Okay, so which is a I will have one label. Okay, and in this label I will close this label, and first one is span and I can have something like span what is that one, first name. So first name, and we will be having an input type is equal to text. So placeholder is equal to first, and also we need to have name is equal to first. Okay, so this is very important, you need to mention the name. With that name only it will be sending the data. Now another div we will have it, so that is nothing but last, and here also you will be having last, and we will be having this last. Okay, so we are able to get this data. So we can have this one, instead of having a span we can have this one as a div, so that we will have one by one down div, and this one is also div. Okay, so we have completed first name and the last name, and the another one which I want to give is the Twitter label. So here Twitter handle, so Twitter, and here also it will be having placeholder is Twitter or @Jack or anything I can add it, and here we can have Twitter. So Twitter is also completed, and the last one we need to have it is an avatar. Avatar means the image, avatar URL, and here this is also a text message. So here we can have something like http example.com/avatar.jpg anything, and here I can have it as an avatar. So this is also completed, and the another one which we will be having it is the this is the last one is, so this one is the last one, not the last one, yeah, notes. We will have a notes. So these are the only things left, notes. And here we won't have this text box. We will be having a text area name is equal to notes. That's it. Hopefully we'll be able to see. Yeah, and at the end I will be having buttons like paragraph and button. What I can say is type is equal to submit, and we can have it as save, and the last one is the cancel. Okay, so here we should be a type is equal to button only. It should be a button. So this is something like an edit page, so don't think too much about this one. So for design and all those things, it is not the matter. We will not do it in this one. So mainly we'll concentrate on the subject only. Fine. So we have completed this edit contact. Somehow we need to route this one to the URL. So how we can route this one to the URL? Here we are having this one, right? Contact/edit/edit. We are able to get it. Yeah, this is also working fine. Now, so edit contact means whenever we click on this edit, so we need to capture these all details, and we need to pre-populate these all things in here. Like contact/edit you are having this, we need to pre-populate it in this one. So how we can pre-populate this one? Somehow we need to send the single contact details into this one. So for this reason, what we can do is we can have a loader. So loader, and I can use this contact loader, right? So contact loader. Why? Because this loader takes this param contact ID. So we will be getting these all the things. So now here I can capture this contact here. Constant contact is equal to use loader data. So we got the contact, and here we need to show the default value. It should not be a value. Why? Because we cannot edit the change. So contact dot first, okay, and we are able to populate the data. See, we are able to get this all data. So contact dot last, and another one is contact dot Twitter. So this Twitter is also completed, and here we need to have avatar. So here avatar, and the last one is the notes. So you can show this one as notes. That's it. So we are able to show these all values. Now, so now here we have completed the basic thing. So now what we need to do here, everything is completed. Contact dot notes is also completed. So this is how we will be populating the data. Now if you try to go into here, and if I click on this edit, and edit, if I have this edit, so we are able to populate this all data. Fine, right? Now what we need to do is, in the next video, when we try to submit this form, we need to update the contact details in the existing contact. So that is the thing we need to do it. In the next video, we will try to implement this one. So what I will try to do is, I will try to create a new branch, video-103, and I will commit these all the details like edit contact form, and I will commit these all the things, publish this branch, and that's it. So we have published this branch. So now if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. And if you want to refer this code and all those things, so the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below. You can have it, take a look at that in a particular branch. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we are working on the edit contact form details. So here if you try to see, click the /edit. So we are able to see the edit details, right? So we are already pre-populating the data for that particular contact. Now when the user changes the data and he tries to click on save, so we need to update the data. So right now it is telling the methods which is trying to submit it as a post. It is saying that method you are trying, it is not allowed. So as we already know about this one, that we need to create an action for this form. So let's go to the contact.jsx, and here in this one, so we are having this form. Hey, where is this form? edit contact dot jsx, and we are having this form method is equal to post, and we are having first, last, Twitter, avatar URL, notes, and save and cancel we are having. So now this is our form, and we need to design and we need to submit this form. So here we need to create an action. So here I will create an action, export async function edit action. So we can have it like this, edit action. Now you need to understand one thing, that how we can able to get this all input elements data. So for this one, if you try to see here the request, so if you try to see here the request and console.log of request, so we need to send at least some data. So here let's return the request. I will return the request itself. So this is our code, and here we are having this edit action and contact.jsx. Let's go to the main.jsx, and here we will be having contact loader and all those things, and here we will be having an action, so which could be edit action. I will add this edit action. Done. Edit action. Now we will be having this data. Now when we are trying to submit this one, how the request form will be, let's try to see it. So here if I click on this edit, I am clicking on this save. See here, if you try to see, observe clearly the object, we are able to see the object. In this object, the params we already know about this one, and we are having a request object. In this one we are able to see a readable stream, that is a form data. So this form data we are able to get it. Now this form data, we have already discussed about this readable stream and all those things, form and all those things in our DOM series and these things, Ajax series. So we have learned about this in our Ajax series. If you don't know, you can watch that series. Now the readable stream we are getting, so that means that is nothing but a form data. So for example, let's say that if you don't have a client side interaction, so when you are trying to submit a form in the server, so the post data, it will be sent to the server with the form data. Okay, serialized way it will be sent. Now here without sending it to the server, it is sending it to the client side action. So that means here you will be having in such a way that Reddit contact, we will be having two things, that is request and also a params. I am trying to catch these two things, request and params. Now if you try to save it, and here you will be having only a request, right? So okay, if I click on this one, we will be having only a request. So now I want to capture this request. So for this reason, what we can do is, so this is all web related thing. Here I need to get the form data. So here I can use await request dot form data. Okay, so this one will give you the key value pair. Okay, so this one will give you a serialized data. So if you try to see the form data, okay, if I try to console the form data, and here I will return the request, I will return the request. Okay, and if you see the output for this one, if I click on save, so you will be able to see the form data. So this is the form data, and if you want to get a data for that one means, so you need to write something like form data dot get of first, then you will be able to get the first data. So this is something like a map related thing you will be able to get. Here I am able to get Leela. Now if you want to convert this entire thing into an object, then what we need to do is, let's say constant updates is equal to, so we have a method available, object dot from entries. Okay, from entries it will convert into an object, and I want to send the form data. That's it. So we got the updates, and if you try to print the console.log of updates, then you will be able to see the output for this one. So here if I click here, see the data which the user has been trying to submit it, we are able to see this data. Now what I need to do, I need to send it to the contact details to update the data. So here I can write await update contact, and I need to send for which one you need to read. So update, so params dot contact ID, and the thing is nothing but the data we need to send it. So this is the data we need to send it, and this update contact we need to write in our contacts.js file. So here I can write the code, export async function update contact and here you will be getting the contact ID and the updates data. So form data or anything, which whatever the name you want to write, you can write it. So update contact you will be getting. So here first what we need to do, so we can call the fake network if you want, or otherwise fake network will be automatically called in the get contacts also. So here I want to get all the contacts is equal to await get contacts. I got the contacts. Now what I want to do here, so first I want to find the particular contact. So if let contact is equal to contacts dot find of contact, and I need to check contact dot id is equal to contact id. So that's it. Okay, we got the contact. If the contact is not present, if not of contact, then what we need to do, we should throw a new error, no contact found for the id. So we can add it like this. Okay, so now what we need to do, so now if a contact is found means, so we need to merge this contact into the updates data. That is nothing but the we need to merge the updates data into the contact, into that particular contact. So what can I do, object dot assign. So we can use this assign thing, and I want to update this both contact and also the updates data. That's it, finish. So now automatically the contacts also will be get updated. So here I can do local storage dot set item. I can use the set item, and here we can use the contacts, and we can do the contacts. That's it, and you can return the contact, single contact you can return it. Finished. So we got the update contact. Now if you go to the main.jsx file, so we got the edit contact and contacts, contact, everything is there. Edit action is also there. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so let's see what will happen. Now here I will try to check Leela updated, and here also I will try to write some data and click on the save. Update contact is not defined. Yes, this is our wrong mistake only. So here in our edit contact.js, so this should be imported. Update contact. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so here I will write update, and here also update, something like this. And if I click on the save, automatically what will happen is, oh, this is also a wrong mistake. Why? Because so we are trying to save in the local storage, and this one should be done stringify. So we are directly saving the object as it is into the contacts. Now if you try to see the output, or otherwise in the application, if I clear it out, and here if I refresh this page, if I refresh this page, okay, there is no what I can say, there is no contacts available. So here I will create a new contact. So with Leela WebDev, yes, I will try to edit this page. So here I can click /edit, and in this one if you try to see the output, so here I will write update, and here also I will try to write update. Now if you want, you can write here anything, whatever the notes you want, you can write it. And if I click on the save, see automatically what will happen. Let's try to see here the data also got updated. Leela WebDev update and update. So the ID is what I can say is the name, the first name and last name is got updated. So that means we are able to successfully update the data. And if you try to see here, so the last one what we need to do is, after successfully updating, so we need to redirect this page. So we have a method available in the React router DOM, redirect, and here you can provide /contacts/ so to which page we need to update. So we can update to the any page, whatever the page you want, you can update it. Sorry, this should be something like /contacts. Okay, it is going /contacts/ and here you can write something like $of params.id. Sorry, contact ID. It should be contact ID. That's it, finished. Now if you try to save this data, so update 1 if I try to write it, and if I click on save, automatically this is also got updated, and here also we are able to see that particular hand. Now we are able to successfully update the form also. Now if you try to click on this button, and if you provide the action also, you'll try to do it, then everything is successful. So that's it guys about this one. So for updating the form, hope you understood about this concept, and I will create a new branch for this one, video -104. Okay, and here updating the form data, updating the contact form. So if you have any doubts or anything, if you want to refer this code means, so GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below. So you can go there and you can get the URL. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So now if you try to see here in our code. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So if you try to see our project in this one, if I am trying to click on this one, so you will be able to see a slightly delay on the contact page transitioning. And also if you try to see which contact link actually we are trying to see, we are not able to analyze it. Why? Because so we are not able to see the exact updated one, the active one, which contact we are trying to see. So out of we are having so many lists. So for this one, so if it would be better if you try to highlight one or the active link. So this will be somewhat better. But right now the concept which we are trying to use it, that means that nothing but the link which is available in the root.jsx. Right? So here in the root.js we are using a link component in the React router DOM. So this doesn't give you any sense for knowing about the active element. So for this one we have another component that is nothing but a nav link. If you go to the React router, so here in our React router, if you click on this one, you will be able to get into the navigation. And here if you try to see the list of all the methods, you will be able to see the APIs. In this one you have a link and also an R link and nav link, sorry. And if you try to click on this nav link, so this is a special kind of link. So this is also a link only, but it's a special kind of link. And it will give you that whether it is in active state or pending state or in the transitioning state. So that means if you want to do any transition, you can do it. So how we can know about the link that is in active or in the pending state? So here if you try to see in this one, the class name, so you will be able to pass it as a function. Okay, this is a function. So you will be able to have an object which we are destructuring it in is active and is pending. So you will get it as in true or false. When it is in the pending state, then you need to show the then you are adding a class of pending, or when it is in inactive state, we are adding a class of active, or otherwise empty. So this is the thing. The default active class for this one will be active all the way. So if you are having an active class, so active class means it is an active one. So this is one thing. So if you want to add a CSS and all those things, you can add the CSS directly like this. And if you have the transitioning means, you can also apply the transitioning also. So this is how. And the style also you can apply the same thing for the styles. If you are on to apply a styles for the nav link means, you can instead of using the class name, you can also use the style attribute. So that is the thing. So here you can pass a render prop as a children. So like this, if you can also pass the span is acting. So inside the nav link also you can also pass it as a prop. So this is one thing. So which I want to tell you. So now what is this I want to tell you is, so here this is about the nav link, right? So now you got a pretty understanding about this nav link. Let's try to convert this one into a link to a nav link. Here I am using the nav link. I am converting this one to the nav link. And what they are trying to say here, so is active and is pending we will be applying, we will be having it, right? So here nav link, this should be imported from the React router DOM. So remember this one. So it should be imported from the top React router DOM, and we are not using the link, we can remove this link. Now let's go down, and here, so for this nav link I want to apply a class. So class name, here you will be having, as I already told you, so we need to destructure, so is active and is pending. So we will be getting two things, is active and is pending. Okay, so now I want to apply class. If it is active, if is active is there, then I want to apply a class of active. Okay, or otherwise if is pending is there, if is pending is there, then I want to apply pending, or otherwise I can leave it empty like this. So this is how we will be doing it. Now what I have did it here exactly. So we have used this isActive and isPending, a function, and here if it is isActive is true means then I will apply isActive class, isPending is true means then I am applying a pending class. Okay, fine, everything is working fine. So now here if you try to see and if you go into the inspect element here in our elements, so now I have clicked on this one, right? So let's go and click on this one in this nav link. Let's try to see what has happened to this one. See, if you try to see, an active class has been applied, and if I try to click on the if you want to see about this class, see what will happen. If I click here, first time pending has been applied, after some time active has been applied for this one. So this is how the active class has been removed for this one and active class has been applied for this one. So like this the nav link exactly one, so that you will be able to analyze, so you can able to identify which link is in active. Now you can apply the active class to this one direct, the CSS for this one directly. Now let's try to apply the CSS so that we can have a clear understanding. I am going to here our index.css. Here I am applying hash sidebar a dot active. Okay, so sidebar a dot active, or otherwise what we can do is simply let's go to the route.js, root.js, and here I will convert it into a nav so that we can have a clear inside nav. Right, correct, right? Yeah. Now let's go to the index.css. So nav, inside nav it should be. Now whichever is having an active class, then I will apply a background color of blue. Okay, and another one which I will try to do is, and another one is color. We need to change it to color to white. So this is one thing, and that has been applied directly, see, because that is an active class. Now if it is a pending, so if you want, if it is a pending means then also you can do a dot pending. If it is a pending is there, then I will apply a background color light blue or anything. So just I want to show you the transition how it will try to apply, and if you want you can also apply color white also, not a problem. Let's try to see whether it will work fine or not. If I click on this one now if I click this top one, see a blue color has been applied, then afterwards thick blue color as well, active class has been applied. So like this, whenever you want to highlight whichever URL you want to do it, so then we will be able to then we will be using this nav link component for editing for highlighting the particular link in the React router. So I think you understood about this nav link thing. So now if you another issue which you will be able to find is, for example, if I click on this one, a slight delay is happening, and afterwards you will be able to see a transition of this contact page. So if you try to show a loading symbol here or a transition symbol here for when the route is changing, it would be nice, right? So you'll try to see it in the next video. I will commit this entire code in a new branch, that is video-105. So this is a nav link. Okay, I will commit this entire code. So if you want to refer this code or anything means, the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below, so you can go and refer this code. As usual, if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So in this video we will learn about the delete button. So how we can make this delete button work, let's try to see it. So before proceeding into this one, I want to show you one another thing, that is nothing but, for example, let's say that when I am traversing from one contact to the another contact, you will be able to see that the contact route is remaining static and we don't know whether it is moving or not. So here, as the user navigates to the app, React router will leave the old page up as data is loading for the next page. So when the data is loading for the next page, it will leave the old page as it is only. You may have noticed that app feels like a little unresponsive as you click between the contacts. Let's provide the user with some feedback so that the app doesn't feel any unresponsive. So in the React router is managing all of the state behind the scenes, and reveals the pieces of it, you need to build dynamic web packs. So in this scenario, we will be using the use navigation hook. So this use navigation hook, it will be used to add the global pending UI. So use navigation returns the current navigation state. It can be any one of the three states, that is idle, submitting and the loading. In our case, we should add a loading class to the main part of the app if it is not idle. The CSS then adds a nice fade after a short delay to avoid the flickering of this UI for the fast loads. So you could do anything you want though, like showing a spinner or loading bar across the top, anything, whatever the thing you want, you can show it. So let's try to see implement this use navigation hook. So for this one, so we need to move into this root.jsx. I will close all these things. So here I will be opening the root.jsx file. In this root.jsx file, so here where we will be loading this contact page. So this is the detail page. So in this detail, we will be loading this contact details. Now for this one, we need to add a class that is nothing but a loading class. Now how we can add it is, here we need to import constant navigation is equal to use navigation. This should be imported from the React router DOM. Here I am importing this use navigation. After creating this variable navigation, now for this detail, so this is the place where we need to add a nice fade effect. So I will be adding a class name, and here as I already told you, right, navigation dot state is equal to loading. If it is there, loading is there, then I need to add a loading, or otherwise, so leave it as it is with a class name, empty class name. So that means this detail is having a loading when the page is navigating. So for this one, what I will do is, let's go to the index.css, and here I will add hash detail, so which is having a loading. Okay, and here we will be adding what I can say is details.loading, right? So we can use an opacity of 0.5. Okay, I will apply the transition of opacity. So it should be opacity, and it should be something like 0.5 seconds. Okay, that's it. It will be enough, right? Now if you try to see the output, when I am clicking on this Leela WebDev, so it's not working, right? So let's try to refresh this page, and if you try to see this one, why still it is not working, whether we are running the app or not. Yes, we are running the app, and here we are loading details.loading, and here also we are applying the loading. Okay, now let's see whether it will apply or not. If you try to see here, so it is moving, but we are not able to show navigation.state, and this navigation, okay, navigation is also present. So what could be the issue? If you try to see the loading symbol for the detail, let's try to see. So loading is applying, and here, oh sorry, it should not be details, it should be detail. So it's my mistake. So let's try to see here. See, now we are able to see a small transition effect, that is nothing but it is showing this effect, right? Now one phase is completed. Now what we need to do? So the another thing which I need to do is this edit button. So if you try to click on this edit button, the edit button is not working. So now let's implement this edit button also. For implementing this edit button, what we can do is, we have in our contact.jsx, right, contacts.js file, sorry, not contacts.js file, contact.jsx file. Yeah, now this is our edit button. So I can use our form, okay, and here I can write in such a way that this is nothing but an action. Okay, so action is equal to, I can use the edit here, I can use the edit. Now if you try to use this edit, now if I click on this edit one, so it will work without any problem. So what is this one we are using is form action is equal to edit. Whenever you are using this form action is equal to edit, here we are using the relative path. So relative path doesn't have anything. So now here the action points to the edit thing, like link to which we are trying to use it. the form action also can take a relative value. Since the form is rendered in the contact/contact ID, so you'll be able to see contacts/contact ID, and whenever you use this relative path, the relative action with edit will submit the form to contact/contact ID/edit when clicked on this one. So that is the reason whenever you try to see here, so directly it is moving. That is one thing. So now you may be able to understand how the edit button works right now. Now the last one which is remaining is the in order to make this delete also to work. So in order to make this delete work, so what we need to do again, here we need to create a form. Okay, so we need to create a form, and this one will match to action is equal to destroy. So this one we need to create a destroy, and here this one method will be a post. Okay, so that's it. So now here we are using, so now if I try to click on this delete, so it is telling that destroy is not found. So this is the common error element which we have used in our main.jsx. So here if you try to see, this is the error element which it is trying to load it. So now it is showing the error message. Now what you need to do is, so in order to make this delete work, and here what we have did it, so we have created our destroy method, right? So in order to make this one, so we need to create a route, new route, destroy. Okay, so destroy we need to do it, and we need to create an action for this form, so that whenever we try to click on this button, we need to delete this what is this one, we need to delete this contact. So you can do on your own. In the next video I will try to do complete this delete thing. So hope you understood about this global pending UI which we have did it. So hope you understood about this one. What I will do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-106. So video-106. So this is all what I can say is use navigation hook. In this one we learned about this use navigation hook. So if you want to refer this code or anything, means the GitHub repository link is provided in the description below. So you can take a look at that one. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So right now we will be working on this delete action. So whenever I am trying to click on this delete, we are able to see an error page. Why? Because so here this is our delete button, and I have wrapped this delete button using a form with an action destroy and method is equal to post. Now as I already told you, right, so whenever we are having an action, this is a relative URL. So this one is a relative URL. So that means it will be something like contact/contact ID/destroy. If I try to click on this delete also, you will be able to see contact/destroy it is there. So that means we need to implement the routing for this one. So how we can implement the routing for this one? Let's go into our main.jsx. Okay, so here it should be path which contains contacts/contact ID, sorry, contact/contact ID. Why I am writing it like this? Contact/contact ID/destroy. So this is the name we have used it, right? So now I don't want to load the element. So why? Because we don't want to show anything. So I want to have an action, that is destroy action. So here I need to call this destroy action. So whenever we are having this one, and if you have mentioned this action, whenever you mention this action like this, so then it will search for this one. So for example, let's create the destroy. Here I am creating the routes, new file, destroy.jsx. I am creating it like this, and here I will do export async function destroy action. So this will be destroy action, and we will be passing the params. So params means whatever the dynamic data we are getting it, we will be able to get it in the params. Now this is a destroy, and let's go to here, and I will be mentioning the destroy action. That's it. Now we will be getting, now we are able to see here when I click on this one. So now we are able to see this one. When I click on this delete, so destroy action will be fired. If you click on the delete, we are able to see So you have mentioned and you have defined an action for route but didn't return anything from your action. Please return a value or null, it is trying to say. So that means we haven't written anything in our destroy action. So let's try to implement this one. So we got the params. Now I want to delete the contact of that particular contact which is having this contact ID. So in our context.js, let's try to implement the logic. So in our context.js, so here I will be writing export async function delete contact. So this is the method which I will be using, and I will be passing the contact ID to here. First I need to get all the contacts, right? Contacts is equal to await dot get contacts. Now we got all the contacts. Now I want to find let index, so where it is actually present. Contacts dot find index of, I will be getting single contact, and here I need to search contact.id is equal to id. Fine. So we got the contacts.find index, and if index is greater than or equal to -1, okay, if it is greater than or equal to -1 means then we found the contact. I need to splice it means I need to remove that one. So what I can do, index comma 1, so I will be doing index comma 1, and afterwards what I need to do, I need to update it in the local storage. So let's try to update it in the local storage dot set item, and here I need to update the contacts, and the contacts I need to make it stringify. JSON dot stringify of contacts. Okay, so that's it, done. So like this we will be doing. Now delete contact, we will be getting the delete contact, and here what I need to do, so here I will be calling await delete contact. So I need to delete the contact, so we will be deleting the contact. So let's try to implement this delete contact. So how we will be writing this one, delete contact. So I need to call, I am implementing this one, right? So let's try to write the delete contact, await delete contact, and I need to pass the params dot contact id. So I am passing the params dot contact id. That's it. Now after deleting this contact, what I need to do, I need to redirect. It should be imported from the React router now, and I need to redirect it to the home page. That's it, finish. So what we have did it here, we are calling the delete contact. In return, in our context.js, we have written the logic for the delete contact. First we are getting the contacts, and we are finding the index where actually the contact ID is present which we want to delete it, and we are checking that if index is greater than or equal to -1. If we don't find the contact means it will return the -1, or otherwise it will give the index of that one, like 0, 1, 2, 3, in which position it is present. And we are removing that index, and the one item we are removing from that index, and we are storing in the local storage. That's it, finish. Now let's go and implement this one. So Leela WebDev, here I am opening here, and I am deleting it directly. Automatically this Leela WebDev has been deleted. Now fine, up to here it is looking fine. Now what I want to do is, so here I want to show a confirm message that are you sure you want to delete the contact. If yes means then only we need to delete it, or otherwise we don't want to delete it. So for that one what we need to do is, so here we are having this button, right? So here on submit, so you can have on submit is equal to, so delete contact, I will be having a method delete contact. Okay, so this method it will execute it, and here I will be writing the contact function delete contact, and in this one I will write, and here you will be getting an event. Okay, so here you will be getting an event, and in this event I will write if not of confirm. So JavaScript confirm I am using. Are you sure you want to delete? I will be asking like this question. So now here are you sure means then no means then event dot prevent default. I will be using event dot prevent default. That's it. Okay, or otherwise leave it. Now if I go here in the Leela WebDev, and if I click on this delete, it will be asking you are you sure you want to delete. Cancel, I don't want to delete. Then this one will be not be deleted. Now if I click on this delete again, now are you sure you want to delete. If I click on this OK, automatically this one will be deleted. So now we are able to successfully implement the delete functionality also. edit functionality is completed and also delete functionality is completed. So now for example, let's say that how our destroy action is there, right? So here this is a destroy. So let's say that in any reason it has written an error, throw new error of oops or anything. So here I want to show some error, so I am writing an error. Now if I click on this delete action, and here if I click on OK, and here we are able to see this error thing, right? Custom error which we have created it. So how we are able to see this one in our main.jsx, if you try to observe. So this is our error element, this error page we are trying to show it. Now if you want to show your custom error means, so here you can write error element, okay, so paragraph, there is an error, so you can have it like this. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so let's go to the Leela webdev, and I clicked on this one, and I am clicking on the delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Okay, and here you will be able to see there is an error. So now we can also implement this customized error also like this. So this is how we will be implementing the delete functionality. Hope you understood about this concept. What I will try to do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-107, okay, and here I will commit this entire code. So delete functionality. So if you want to refer this code or anything means, so I will be providing this entire code in the GitHub repository URL. The link will be provided in the description below of this video, so you can go to that particular GitHub repository and you can refer the code. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela webdev. So now in this video we will learn about the navigating of the route programmatically. Up to now we have seen how to navigate it using the redirect and also the link to function also we have seen it. Now how in the code, if you want to navigate programmatically, how we can do it. So the scenario in our example, we can achieve it in the edit page. If you try to see here the edit contact page, and here if you click on the cancel, so we need to go back to the page which is nothing but this page which we are trying to show the details. So if he goes back, so that means that he needs to go back to the contact page which he has clicked the edit option. So we need to make this one functionable. Right now this is a button, so this is a button means, so that means this should not be submitting the form, so this should be programmatically, it should navigate to the previous page. So how we can do it? So let's try to implement this scenario. Let's close all things, and here this is present in the edit contact page, right? So in this edit contact page we are having the cancel button, so this is the cancel button. Now what I will try to do here, on click is equal to, I will call on cancel, okay, I want to be simple. So here I can write a function on cancel. Now here I need to programmatically navigate to the previous page, or otherwise to whatever the page I want, it is intended or it is defined, I need to move it. So here how I can mention it is in our React router. If you try to go to our React router, if you open this React router, and in this React router I will show you the example. So here what I can say is, so here if you try to see, we will be having a method or hook use navigate. We have seen about this navigation. Now here we have another one, use navigate. So what does this use navigate will do is, use navigate hook returns a function that lets you navigate programmatically. So this is the concept which we needed. So it will navigate programmatically. How we can navigate it? Navigate off something like this it is showing. So that means whatever the route it is intended, so you can mention the route here. So let's try to implement this one. So here if I try to see, so let's include this navigation. We will go here, constant, okay, constant navigate is equal to use navigate. I need to import this in the React router DOM. So let's import this one, use navigate, okay. So now it is telling that it is not defined, now it is defined. So if I click on this cancel, so we need to implement the cancellation thing. So here what I can do is, I want to navigate this one. So here I can write navigate of, I can write to where it need to navigate /contacts, let's assume, or otherwise home page. So home page means you can give slash. Now if you try to see here, if I click on cancel, it is going back to the home page. But I want in such a way that it needs to navigate to the contact page which you have clicked on the edit. So that means the previous page means, so you can write something like contacts / contact ID. So from where I can get this contact ID? We have the loader information, right? So we have the loader information and that contact thing, and that contact.id is nothing but the ID. So here I can write contact.id. That's it. Now if you try to see here, let's go to another one. So here this is some name I have written it, and I clicked on the edit. Now I want to click on cancel. See, now I went back to the previous one. So this is one methodology. So now for example, for any reason you don't have the contact.id. I want to go to the previous page. So the previous page which the user has clicked. So for that one, what we can do is, so here you can write, instead of having this one, -1. That's it. Now if you click on -1, that is nothing but the previous page it is. The history pushback it will go. Now if you try to click on this one and I click on this edit. Now if I want to click on the cancel, so it went back to the page. So navigate of -1 or navigate of the total URL also you can give it, and you can also give the relative path, and you can mention some more options are there which you want to replace it or push it. Replace means it will not be pushed into the history stack. So like this you will be having different things. You'll try to learn afterwards. So this is the navigate. So if you want to programmatically navigate from one page to another or from one route to another route, means you can use this use navigate hook. So fine. So everything is completed. Right now if you try to see in the home page, okay, so we are able to see an empty thing here. So that means the child route has not been loaded. Now if you go to our main.jsx, so here if you go to our main.jsx, and this is our path, and we are loading the route page, and we are having a children, right? So whenever the route matches, then only this element, this component will be loaded. But right now if any routing or anything, if anything is not, so I need to load a default child. So for this one what I can do is, so here I can write a path something like index true. So exact match it needs to path. So the parent one, it needs to match with the exact one. And here I can load an element, okay, home page or anything. So I can write it like this. Now if you see the output for this one, see, now whenever we are in the home page, so we are able to see this as a home page. Now if I click on the contact, now the child route will be loaded. So this is how you can also give the index thing. So index thing, if you want the default children to be loaded whenever the route doesn't match, means you can use it like this. Not only this one, you can also load the component also. It's not a problem. Now here for example, let's say that I will create a routes here index.jsx, okay, and here I can write export default function index, and here I will return div, this is the demo for React router, okay. I can write it like this. Now I want to import this component, so let's go to the main.jsx, and where it is located, index, right, index true, yeah, here I can remove this element. Instead of this one I can use this index. That's it. Now if you try to see, if you go to the home page, okay, let's click on this home page. Now we are able to see this is the demo for React router. If you want to make it center, you can do it. Those all the things is different thing, but I want to show you. So that's it guys about this one. So index also I have shown you. If nothing in the child route matches, so you want to load the default one in the child means, so you can use this index true. And also we have learned another one, that is nothing but what I can say is use navigate. So whenever you want to navigate through between the routes programmatically, means then you can use the use navigate hook. So that's it. So we have completed this entire thing, edit, navigate, everything is working fine, I hope so. Now the only thing remaining is the search thing. So we need to implement the search functionality also. So now if you try to implement the search functionality, so almost everything is been completed. So now then also you will be able to have a clear understanding about the React router also. So by the time you will be able to understand React router also, clear understanding. So what I will do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-108, and I am committing this code. There is nothing but what we have learned, use navigate hook, and I will commit this entire code. Let's submit this one, publish this branch. So if you want to refer this code or anything means, the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below of this video, so you can have a look at this one. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hello. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we have successfully completed this editing and all those things is completed. Right now the remaining is only the search bar. So we need to make the search bar also functioning. So now all our interactive UI, whatever the UI you are trying to check, so far we have what we have did is, so we are changing the route, either the links with that change the URL or the forms that post the data to the actions. Now here if you come to the search field, it is very interesting because it is a mix of both a form and also it also changes the URL, but it doesn't change the data. So the data will remain like this only. It will change the URL and also it will submit the form, but the data will not be changing. So right now if you try to see, this is a normal input box. If you go to our route file, so this is the search box. We can make it as in search here. So this is a normal search box. Okay. So this is normal input. Now if you want to make it, you will convert it into a normal form. Let's say show. Okay, let's try to convert it into a form. So this is the form. So now here what I want to try to do is, so it's a normal form, not a React router form. Now what does this browser does by default? So now if you type any URL in this one and if you try to press enter, okay. Now if you see here, I will give the name for this one. Name is equal to, I will take it as a Q, whichever it may be, the search. Now if you try to see here, when I go to the home page anywhere, now if you see here, if I press enter, now if you observe carefully in the URL, it has been changed. Okay. So as we have seen before, browsers can serialize the forms by the name attribute of its input elements. So here the name of the input is Q. That's why the URL has been appended with the question mark Q is equal to like this. So if you named it search, the URL would be question mark search is equal to like this. So for example, if I try to change it to search here, the URL will be in such a way that I will search the data, and here search is equal to like this it will be there. So that means this form is a get data and this serialize the form, and here whatever the form you are trying to submit, the input elements and all those things, so will be converted into question mark like this. So now note that you need to remember that this form is different from the others what we have used it. It doesn't have form method is equal to post. If you try to observe, the default method for the form is, as all you are aware, that is a get request. That means when the browser creates the request for the next document, it doesn't put the form data into the request post body, but into the URL search params of a get request. So here if you are trying to get a request means, so it will try to push it in the URL search params. Now what I want to do is, so here let's use the client side routing to submit this form and filter the list in our existing loader. So here this is the, we will convert it into a what I can say is that form React router form. Let's convert it into a React router form. So I have converted into a React router form. Okay. Now what I want to tell you is, so here we have converted into a form. Now if I try to make it as a queue only, okay. Now if I submit anything and if I press enter, so here question mark Q is equal to changing, right? So because this is a get request, not a post request, React router doesn't call the action. So this one will not call, doesn't call the action. Submitting the get form is same as clicking a link, only the URL changes. That's why the code we added is for filtering is in the loader, not in the action of this one. So whatever the code we are adding in the for this one search, it should be in the loader, not in the action. So for this loader, what you can do is, so you can write a request here. So you will get the request, and let's console the request and I will show you. So it is a simple request body. So here if you try to see the request, and if I do the console.log inspect element, and here let's try to see. So this is our request, okay, and this is the total thing. So now from this request we need to get the data. Okay, so now we need to get the data. So let's try to take this one. So here I will convert it into an URL. So constant URL is equal to new URL of request.url. So we got the URL, and from this URL we need to extract the params. So here this is the params, right? So we need to extract the params. So in this one, what I can do is constant q is equal to, so constant q is equal to URL dot search params dot get of q. So this is the data. Now we got the queue, and here we are having the get context, right? So in this get context, I will try to send this queue. That's it. So now here in our context.js, so here we are having the get context. If you try to pass any search, then we need to filter the contacts in this search. So that is the main thing. So here for this one, what I will try to do is I am using another what I can say package, npm package, that is match sorter. I will try to show you match sorter. So this is our match sorter, which I will try to show you. Let's open this one. I am opening this one. Yeah. So this is our match sorter. What it will try to do is it will match the values. So here what I can do is, so here let's install this one. npm install match sorter. So if you want to write the logic, you can write it. I don't want to write the logic. So the main concern is the code, right? So that is the reason I am installing this match sorter. And now it will try to filter those things using the first name and the last name. So let it install. So match sorter has been installed. So I will restart our server so that we can have it. And by the time, if you try to see here our match sorter, and let's try to, I will try to show you. For example, let's say that here we are having in such a way that, yeah, here we are having it like this, right? So it is showing so much of data, but I don't want to go too much into this one. Usage here it is there, right? So I will try to show you simple thing. So here we are having this contacts. So now else, so else the contacts is there. Okay. So here if you find the contacts, so we have converted into this one. So here I will do the if search is there. If search, so we got one search. Then I want to contact. Okay, I want to find the match. That is nothing but using the match sorter. Okay, let's import this match sorter. So here what I can say is match sorter, right? Import match sorter from match sorter. Okay, match sorter. Let's try to see whether we are getting or not. Yeah, we are not getting. So match sorter of of. So what is the data we need to find in the contacts, and here the search item. So here this is the search item which you need to find, and the keys, what is the keys in which we need to find the match is the, so first and the last. That's it. So first and the last. So now here let's try to implement. Yeah. So what is this match sorter is doing? It is trying to find the items in the contacts and with the search key, and it is finding the data. What it is happening? Yeah. So now search keys, and the keys, which keys we need to find the match is first and the last, anything. So now we got the contacts data. So if it is find the contacts data, we are returning the contacts data. That's it. Now let's try to see the output for this one. So what is happening here? So let it refresh. I will try to remove this one and I will do it again. So now here if you try to see here, this is the data, right? And now I will search it for the Leela. So automatically all the data is coming. Let's try to search for update. Okay, only the one is there which is having update. I will try to search the update and I will press enter. See, we are getting only one contact which is having the name as a match with the update thing. So now one thing is completed. Now if I try to refresh this page again, so we are able to get this update data, but in the search box it is not filling with the value. So in the next video what we will try to do is, we will try to implement this populating of this search box using the control components. Then only we will be able to do it. So now what we have did it. So now we are able to make this one working successful search box. So whatever the value you are trying to search it, automatically it will try to search using this simple form, a React router form, and we have added it in the loader. We are sending the request query params that such value into the context.js, and we are using a third party package match sorter, and we are implementing this one. So what I will try to do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-109, and I will commit this entire code. So search functionality, commit this entire code. Let's commit this one, publish this branch. So if you want to refer this code, I will be providing the GitHub repository URL in the description. Whoever maybe want this code means, so you can refer that code. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. Now, if I try to search here with Leela or anything, if I press enter, we are able to search the details. So without any problem. Fine. Now if I click on this back, now here if you try to see, so this is remaining like this only. Leela is remaining like this only, but it should not remain like that. For example, let's say that I will try to do with the update first. We got the data, and here again I will try to do the Leela. Now if I click on back, you would try to see here the search term has been updated to update. The name has been changed to update, but here it is showing the previous old one, the search, and here the search is updated to the searching is the update text. Now this should not be the behavior. Now here we need to use something like form updation thing. Let's try to implement this one. Okay, so now here if you try to see in this one, so now here if I refresh this page also, now we are having the search term update, right? If I refresh this page also, now we are updating the values, but we are not seeing the search term here. Previously we are able to see it, but when I refresh this page, automatically the search term has to be pre-populated in this input text. So what can we do here? Let's try to implement this one. So right now we are having the search term in the loader, right? Let's pass this search term to this loader. Now here I can capture this one using comma q inside the loader data. Now where I need to update it? Here we need to update it. So default value is equal to, I can update it with the q. I hope that first solution is solved. So when I try to refresh this page, now the update is there. So now if I search it with the Leela, then also we are able to see Leela. Now if I try to refresh this page also, the search term is pre-populating with the query. Fine. Now I will try to press the back button. So if I try to click on this back button, history stack button, now the search term has been, the query search param has been changed to update, but here still it is showing the Leela. So it should change to update. If I try to refresh this page, then update is coming. It should not happen like this, right? So now we need to make it this update thing. So that means whenever this queue is changing, it should respond to here. So we can do it in two ways. So one method is by using the control components, which you people already know about this one. And the another one is directly taking the document.getElement by ID, and we can update that value. I will try to show you the second one first, and afterwards we will try to implement this control components, which is the recommended one. So for example, let's say that here we are having the queue option, right? I will be using the use effect. Okay, we need to use the use effect of, and here I need to check for the changes of queue. That is nothing but the query param, and use effect should be imported from the React. So import use effect from React, and here it should be use effect. So we have imported it, and here in this one what we need to do is, I can take the document dot get element by ID of search. So right now we don't have an ID of search, so let's add this one. So search I have added it, and if you want to change the value, by value is equal to q. Now this is straightforward. Now if you try to see here, update is there. When I click on the back button also, so the search has been removed. If I click here, update is coming, and if I move forward, so the query search perm has changed to Leela, and we are able to see this one in the input box also. This is one method. But if you want to implement the same functionality using the control components, means how I can do it. So let's try to implement this one. So here I will be having constant query comma set query set query is equal to use state. So I will be having a use state of, so we can have it an empty or anything, and here we should import it with the use state. So I am using the use state, and now here we are having this use state, right? So in this use effect, what I can do, I can change this one to set query of Q. I can change it to set query of Q. Now what we have did, so we are updating the query. Now this one should be updated here with value is equal to Q. So here I can use value is equal to Q. And whenever we are changing the values, on change is equal to, so here we need to on search. So we can have a method on search, and you'll be getting an event. And here let's go to the function on search. So this is the method we will be having, and you will be getting an, you will be passing the event. And here if you try to see console.log of event, we'll try to see the event. Let's see the event. Here if you see this output, and here the value we need to get it, right? So here if I try to update, so here we are able to get an event, and here we will be having this input dot target, okay, target, and we need to take the value event dot target dot value. So this is the value which we want to get it. Now if you try to see here the value, if you write it here, I am able to get the data. So right now we are not able to update it, by because we need to use the search query. So here we got the value, and now what I can do, set query, okay, of event dot target dot value, right? So this is one thing which we can do it. And here if I update the same value, here Leela, what is happening here, on search we have implemented it, right? Now value also we have did it. Oh, we should not use the queue here, we need to use the query. Okay, on search is done. Now if you refresh this page, if I refresh this page, and here if I try to take, so here you will be getting a value, a component is changing an uncontrolled component to be controlled. This is likely because value changed from defined value. Here we are using this on change, everything is perfect, working fine. So now let's try to implement this one. I will change it to Leela. Now here if I press enter, now we are able to get the output, right? So this is how we will be able to get it. Now if I try to do update, now also we are able to get it. Now if I click on the back here, so this is also getting updated without any problem. So now we have successfully implemented the concept of pre-populating this search box using the control components, or otherwise we have seen about this document.getElement by ID also. I will comment it out this once for your reference. Document.getElement by ID of search dot value is equal to Q. So you can also use this Q, this one value. So as we are having only one search box, is very simple. So we can also use it like this. Or otherwise, if you want to maintain with a controlled components, if you want to maintain the form with a controlled components, means then you can use this type of scenario. So anything is okay. So without any problem, you can use it. So now if you try to refresh this page, so now we will be able to get any without any problem. So all the time it is showing some error. Why? Because so here we have defined any what I can say default value. If you want to define the default value, you can add the queue here, or otherwise you can give the empty, whereas this use effect will be executed at the time of mounted also without any problem. Now here I can give the queue, not a problem. So without any problem. Now if you refresh this page, so you will be able to you will not get any error. So that's it guys about this one. So we have converted this search box into a control component. What I will do is I will commit this code in a new branch, that is video-1110 video-110. So if you want to refer this code, if you want to get access to this code, means I will be providing the GitHub repository URL in the description below. So whoever may be having doubts or want to get this code, means you can clone that code there. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. And here this is a control components. Control components. I am committing this code. The description link, as usual, I told you, right? It will be in the description. The repository URL will be in the description. So that's it, guys. So thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So now in this video we will see Now when I am trying to search for this Leela and when I am trying to press enter, then only we are able to search the value. But here what I want to do is, so here I don't want to press enter the value. Whenever I am searching on change, here down the context needs to be search filtered. So how we can achieve this one? So here you need to understand carefully that here, for example, let's say that where is this one? This form will be submitted whenever we press enter only. But here this form needs to be submitted whenever we are trying to change the value. So that means here the form we are not pressing the button or we are not pressing the enter. This form needs to be submitted whenever this value has been changed. So for this one, how we can do? How we can submit the form whenever this input box value changes? That means on keystroke, how we can change it. So now for this one, what we can do is, so we have another hook, useful hook, that is nothing but use submit. By using this use submit, we can submit the form. So we need to send that form, which form we need to submit it. You call the submit, automatically that form will be submitted. So for this one, what we need to do is, so here you need to import constant submit is equal to use submit. It should be something, I think it is not available. Use submit. Now this should be imported in the React router DOM. So here use submit. This is the thing. So now using this use submit hook, we can submit the form manually. Now when we need to submit the form manually, here I need to submit the form whenever the user changes the value. So the user changes the value means on change. So here I need to submit the form. So for this one, what we need to do is, so here I need to capture the form. How can I capture the form here? So by using console.log, I will try to show you console.log event.current target. So this one will give you the parent element, current target, event.current target. Now if you try to let's try to check here the console. Okay, so here if you try to check Leela, so here this is our input type is equal to search, right? So this is our current target. Now this current target, we need to capture the form. If you try to write the form here, event.current target dot form, if you write here, so we can able to capture this form. I will try to show you. So here Leela, now I am able to capture this form. Now what I need to do here, automatically, so whenever we are capturing this form, I need to submit the value. I need to submit it. So here I can write in such a way that submit of event dot current target dot form. That's it. Now automatically the form will be submitted. Now let's try to show. I will try to see. So now here I will try to show you. Whenever I am pressing Leela here, you try to observe carefully, or otherwise I will do update. Right? See, whenever I am pressing the value, so we are able to see the value has been the filter has been done. So here you will be able to see. I am not pressing the enter. So this is the use submit hook. If you want to submit the form manually means, then you can use this use submit hook. So now we have learned about the use submit hook. So whenever you type the value, the form is submitted automatically. So note that the argument to submit we are passing is the event.current_target.form. The current target is the DOM node the event is attached to, and the current target.form is the input's parent form node. The submit function will serialize and submit any form you pass it to it. That is the thing which I want to tell you. Now here, whenever we are trying to add the value, we are not able to see this thing, right? Whether the form is submitting or not. So it will be better if you add a nice search spinner for this one. So what I will try to do is, I already have some CSS with me. So I will try to copy that CSS. I will show you. So I am copying that CSS with me. I don't want to extend this search and all those things. Now here index.css, what I will do is, I am pasting the CSS here, search spinner. I am adding a search spinner. Let's go to the root.jsx. Here I will be showing the search spinner. Here I will be adding div id is equal to search spinner. So I have added this search spinner. Now if you try to see here search spinner, now let's see. Yeah, here I am able to see this search spinner. So here we are able to see it. Now another one what I want to tell you is, oh sorry. So that is about the search spinner thing. So we have added the search spinner, and also we will apply some CSS to this one, so that text and all those things which is coming, it will come little bit left side. So I am copying this one and I am pasting it here also. So here I am able to see, now here we are having some space. Now what I want to do is this search bar, it needs to be showing the search bar always whenever we are trying to search. It is always showing it, right? It should not happen it like this. So for this one, what we can do is we can make use of this navigation. Okay. Now for example, let's say that I will console the navigation, console.log navigation dot location, or otherwise we will try to do navigation. So here if you try to see the navigation, now here whenever I am searching the value, let's remove this one. Whenever I am searching the value L, I have searched it, right? First it will be in the loading state. So in the loading state you will be able to have a location that is nothing but q is equal to L and all those things, and again you will be able to see this location. And when the state is in the ideal, so these all the things will be in location and all the things will be undefined. So that means, so when this navigation is loading, we are able to get the location. So by using this location we can get it. So whenever we are having a location, okay, and we need to capture this query params, okay. So when this has q, so when this search has q, then I need to show the search bar, or otherwise when the location doesn't have anything, means so when it is an undefined, I don't want to show this search bar. So this comes pretty handy, right? For example, let's say that when the state is in the loading, yes, it is in the loading, and the search is there. So that means the query parameter is there. So that means the user is trying to search it here. When this in the ideal, means when the location is not there, means then the user is not searching. So we can make use of this one. So for example, let's say that here I am using it, right? So I can write here something like constant searching is equal to, it should have navigation dot location, okay, and ampersand. So when this navigation dot location is there, so then I need to use URL search params, okay. This should be URL search params of I need to have navigation dot location dot search, and here it will be having the map values. So here I need to have that has of q, that's it. So when it is having has of q, that's it. Now you will be able to get this searching value. Now here I can write in such a way that, so this one, it should be hidden when this is not searching, that's it. Now if you see the output for this one, so now the searching is not there. Now here when I try to show here, see, I am able to get this loading symbol. So this is how we can able to implement this one. So now what we have did it, we have made use of this submit, which will manually submit the form. So you need to send the form as a parameter, so that it will submit the form on every keystroke. And another one is, so in order to show the loading symbol, we are making use of this navigation.location. So navigation.location has the query param in it. So whenever a query param is there, means then it is trying to search. So here I am using of the search spinner in the CSS, and we are making use of this one. So that's it guys about this one. I will commit this code in a new branch, that is nothing but video-111 video-111, and I will commit this code. Use submit hook. We are made use of this use submit hook. So whoever may be having doubts or anything, if you want to refer this code, means so you can get the repository URL is provided in the description below. You can make use of that one. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we are working on this React router thing. So now here I will try to show you one one scenario. We'll try to solve that scenario. For example, let's say that here I am having the contacts, right? Let's go to the home page. I will go to the home page, and here in this one I want to search the details. So here I will write something like WEB. So I have written two things. So now if I try to click on back, now you will be able to see that only one letter has been gone. Now if you try to see, E will be gone. So that means whatever the searches we are trying to do, whatever the filters we are trying to do, these all the results will be saved in the, see here, these all the results will be saved in the history stack. So now we don't want these all the filter values to be stored in the history stack. For example, let's say that Leela, entire thing should not be stored in the history stack. Only the first element, something like which doesn't have the search should be stored, and afterwards whatever the things is there, it should not be stored. So how can we do this one? So for this one, what we are trying to do is, so here we are trying to do the submit thing, right? So where it is in the root.jsx file. So here we are having a submit event. So this submit event automatically pushes the value into the history stack, but I don't want the value to be pushed into the history stack. So for this one, we have an option in such a way that replace true. So the instead of pushing it into the history stack, it will replace the value. But here we should not have all the values to be replaced. For example, let's say that here we are having let's say I went to here contact. Okay, now I am trying to search the value Leela. Now if I try to click on back, so now what it is happening here, directly it went to the home page. Where is this contact ID? For example, let's say that I visited this contact. Okay, and now here I am trying to search Leela. Now I need to go back to the back. So where how I can go here? If I try to click here back, I am not going. So it is getting replaced. Actually here it is getting replaced. So here it should not happen the replace. Only the first search, whatever it is there, it should not be replaced. Remaining all it should be replaced. So when can I know it is a first search? That is nothing but when the queue is null. So that means when the search value is null. So here I can say that is first search is equal to queue is equal to null. So when the queue is equal to null, then we will be able to understand that this one is an what I can say is it is a first search. So here I can write in such a way that not of is first search. That's it. Now when I am in here or somewhere else, so here if I try to search the value Leela, so now here if I press the back button, automatically I will go back to here only. See, now I will be going back to here. So there will be no value, something like Leela, I am trying to search it, right? Now if I go back, automatically I will be going back to the back search. So here one by one, the search values will not be stored in the history stack. So this is one scenario. Okay, so totally 4-5 times it will be storing the in the history stack. Now onwards, for every keystroke it will not be stored in the history stack. So fine. So this is one thing which is completed. And before closing this one, what I want to do is I want to show you another scenario. For example, let's say that when I am in the Leela WebDev, I will try to add a favorite here. Let's go into this one. So let's go into the contact. So this is our contact, right? And here I will create the function component here itself. I don't want to create separate thing. It's a small thing. So favorite, and here I can return the button. Okay. So favorite. So for this favorite, what I can say is, so I will be having two star symbols. I will be showing it a star symbol. So like this. Okay. So let's see. This favorite needs to be added below the avatar. So I will add the favorite here below the avatar. That's it. Now I will send the contact details to this one. Contact is equal to contact. The contact details which we are having, I will send it. And here I will be adding here in the contact. Okay, I got the contact. Now let's try to get the favorite is equal to contact dot favorite. So it will be having in the contact dot favorite. Now if favorite is there means, then I need to show this full star, or if favorite is not there means, then I need to show the empty star. So like this. Okay. So let's see the output. Now here we are having the favorite as true, favorite as false. So that is the reason we are able to see an empty star. If I click on this one, so this contact should be updated to a favorite. Fine, everything is working fine. Now, so this button should be, what I can say is, should be in a form. So I will be using the form here, and I will be having a form. Okay, that's it. Now when I try to click on this form, so now here this is our button, right? So button, what I can say is I will be having a name is equal to favorite. Okay, let's try to click on this button. What will happen? Let's see. If I click on this button, so what it is happening, it is trying to submit this entire form. So see, this entire form is getting loaded. If you see here, the route, it is trying to get rid of this route. When I mention this one as an action post, so here, sorry, method is equal to post. Okay, So now when is method is equal to post means, then if you click on this one, so the page you are trying is not allowed. It is telling that the page is trying is not allowed. Why? Because when you are trying to use the form, then it needs to have an action. Okay, let's implement the action here. Export async function favorite action. Let's say I try to implement the favorite action, and here I will be having, so return hi, so whatever the value, so at least one value I am trying to return it. So now we need to add this action to this favorite, right? So now try to understand, so this favorite doesn't have any routing, right? So it is present in the contact. So let's try to implement this one, same thing in the contact. So that means here in this contact I will be having an action in such a way that favorite action. Okay, so let's see the output for this one. What will happen if I click on this one? So what it is happening, still it is trying to submit this form. So that means, so entire thing it is trying to go away. So why? Because the entire this page is there, right? So for example, entire this form is getting submitted. So here this form is getting submitted. So we don't want this entire page should be submitted. So what it is happening is, for example, let's say that I want to write the code here. Okay, so I want to write this code, so everything will be working. So for example, let's say that, so we got this one. So here we will be having a button, right? Where is this contact.jsx? Yeah, here we are having this button, and now let's say that we need to have a value. Okay, if favorite is there, then I need to pass the false, or otherwise I need to pass the true. That's it. So now let's go and here catch the favorite action, the request. Let's console log the request. Console.log the request. So whatever the request we are having, oh sorry, what is this code? Yeah, let's console.log the request. Console.log the request. Okay, now if you go here in the inspect element, okay, in the console, let's see the output for this one. I will click on this one. So we are able to get the request, but this entire page is getting reloaded. See, this loader is getting called. So let's try to see afterwards. Why? Because it is, the navigation is thinking that it is trying to change the route. So here we are getting the form data. Now sorry, request, and here we need to get the form data, and using this form data we need to update the contact. In the next video we will try to update this favorite contact. Now you understood about this form, right? In the next video we will try to see how without refreshing the route, how we can submit the form. We'll try to see. I will commit this video. I will commit this code, entire thing in a new branch, that is video-112, and here also I will commit this entire code. So that is nothing but what I can say is, so here we have did replace submit, right? Now here I will publish this branch. So whoever wants to refer this code means, so the repository URL is provided in the description below, so you can have a take look at that one. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we are working on this React router concept, that is favorite button. So you can design this favorite button, the button you can have that you can write the CSS to design this one, but I am not writing the CSS because we are focusing on the core logic. Now when I click on this one, when I click on this favorite button, if you try to see, when I am trying to change the link, a slight opacity effect we are able to achieve it. So why? Because we are getting the opacity thing. We have used this use navigation hook when we are trying to move from one location to another location. So we are implementing this one. Fine. So everything is working fine. Now when I click on this button, then also the form is getting submitted. We have used this router form concept, and this form is also getting submitted. And this form, when you are trying to do the post request, if you go to the main.jsx, so for this one we have added action, favorite action. So now whenever you are having a form, then this one will try to call the action favorite action. Now when this action is sitting submitted, so that router is thinking that it is navigating from one page to another page. That is nothing but the same page it is navigating. Why? Because we haven't mentioned any post. So we haven't mentioned any, where is this action thing? Yeah, we haven't mentioned any action. So that is the reason it is trying to submit to the same page only. and here just like the link it is moving, so it is getting refreshed. But here the form when we are trying to submit it, so it should not go to the other page. So it should be, so the form should be submitted, but the React should behave in such a way that that page is not moving. So how we can implement this one? So we have another hook, that is nothing but fetcher hook. So using this fetcher hook, the form will be submitted to the action without refreshing this page, not refreshing this page, without mutating the page. So how we can do this one? So let's implement this fetcher. Let fetcher is equal to use fetcher. Okay, so we have implemented this use fetcher. Now when this fetcher we got it, so you need to implement this one in the fetcher.form. That's it. So now when you have applied this fetcher.form, now when you click on this button, the same button, now this time the form is not getting submitted. But if you try to see here the action which you have mentioned, the console.log request, if I go to the inspect element, and if I try to observe here, so if I click on this favorite button, see the request has been get submitted. Now we are able to see all the request. Now the form is getting submitted to the favorite action. Now what I want to do, so here I want to update the form request. So here if you try to see, this is the request. Now this is the form which is submitted, right? So these are all the form data you will be having in the request.form data. So how can I get this one? So here let's try to apply form data is equal to request.form data. Okay, so let's try to console.log of form data. Okay, now let's see in the inspector one whether we are able to get the form data or not. Now when I try to click on this one favorite, it'll try to solve that issue also. When I click on this one, so you are returning a promise. So that means this request of form data always returns a promise. Then I want this promise to be resolved. So here I can use await. That's it. Now if I click on this one, so now here we should be able to get the form data. Okay, this one is a form data. Now here if you want to get the form data, so here you can write form data get of favorite. So this is the favorite which you are having the data. And here for example, let's say that you can also use the get all also. Let's try to see get all. Now if you click on this one, okay, get all is not available, it is saying. Okay, let's try to get this get all. Let's see what is the methods available in the form data. Let's click on this one again. Click on this one. So here you will be able to get the form data, and here we are having a get all. I don't know why it is not getting. So fine, let's leave it. And here form data dot get of favorite. So I will be using the favorite. Okay, now let's see whether we are able to get the output or not. If I try to click on this one, so we are able to get the true. Now here, so here we are having the button value is equal to favorite, right? So that is the reason we are able to. Now this time this is a false. When a user clicks on this one, so true will be returned. Now what I need to do here, so we got the form favorite. Okay, let favorite is equal to form data dot get of favorite. So I got the favorite. Now what I need to do, so I need to update the contact details. So we in our contacts.js file, we already have the update contact. So now we can make use of this update contact, and we need to pass the contact ID, and we need to pass the updates, whatever the keys you want to update it. Fine. So let's here write return await update contact. So I want to pass the contact ID. So here the contact ID is available in the params. Params is nothing but the data with the dynamic value which you will be able to see it. If I try to show you this params, I will show you this params also, console.log of params. And if I see here the output for this one, if I click here, see this is the params. Now here we need to pass this return of contact ID, and I'm return of contact ID. So that means it should be params dot contact ID, and I need to pass the favorite. So here nothing but favorite. I can pass it directly like this. Why? Because favorite we are having the key name is the favorite and the value also we are storing in the same thing. So we can pass this one. I am returning the return hi. So now we are able to get this value. Now here if I click on this one, so let's see what will happen. If I click on this one, the contact will be updated immediately. See, this time this has been converted into a favorite one. If I click here again, now the favorite will be converted into a normal one. So here it's not happening. Why it is not happening? Favorite we are trying to send. Let's try to send it again. So we are trying to send it again. Oh, so form data of get of favorite. We will get it as favorite. Let's see what will be the favorite for this one. See, it should pass actually true or false, right? Let's see whether we are able to get it or not. So we are getting this false as a string. If you try to see the type of favorite, and here if I click on this one, let's see what will happen. See, it is a string, so it should not be a string. So then what we need to do, get of favorite is equal to true. Okay, so then you will be getting an what I can say, the valid data. Now here if I try to click on this one, so now we should be able to get the value. So now we are able to remove this favorite. Now if I try to click on this one again, now this one will be converted into a like this. Now it is a favorite one. Now if I want to remove the favorite, I can remove the favorite directly. Now it has been removed. So this is how we will be updating the contact details. Now if you try to see here, what I can say, so update contact, everything is working fine. And now this is the problem which we are able to see it, right? So here this is the control components and control components. I think where is this control components? I think in the root.jsx it is control components in the search bar. So search bar is the only thing which we have come. Okay, this queue at the first time it will be empty. So fine. So here we don't have any query parameter, right? So okay, let's try to make it as an empty. And here if queue is there, then you can use it, or otherwise you can make it as an empty. Now I hope the error will go away. Yes, the error has been gone. So this is how we will be updating the favorite thing. So now we have seen this favorite thing, but here if you try to observe, one problem is there. Not problem. If I want to remove this favorite, I clicked on this one. So I am waiting some couple of seconds for this one to remove the favorite. Why? Because here the form is getting submitted and it is updating in the back end with the update contact API. Until this update contact API is success, then the loader will be called, and in this loader we are getting all the contact details, and then afterwards this favorite will be updated. So instead of doing these all the things, let's first update this favorite, and in the backend let's try to take everything. Let's try to implement that one, everything in the backend. So first we need to update this favorite, right? So we can implement this one using this fetcher only. I'll try to explain you in the next video. So this is the code which we will try to implement the form submitting without refreshing this page, without mutating the page. So here fetcher form, and I will commit this entire code, and here I will sync the pages. So if you want to refer this code, the repository link is provided in the description below. So you can have that repository link and you can refer this code. If you, as usual, if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we are working on this React router and we are working on this favorite button. Now we have reached the end of this React router course. So what we need to do is, for example, let's say that here one situation is there which we can handle it. I will try to show you that situation. For example, let's say that if you are clicking on this button, right, it is taking some time, and afterwards the button has been converting into a favorite. For example, if I want to remove this button as a favorite, then I will be clicking on this button. It will take some time. Why? Because so backend action has to perform, so update action has to perform. After the update action has been completed, then this button has been converting into an unfavorite thing. But this creates somewhat user to think that what something is happening on in the backend. So here, instead of making this one unresponsive, what we will try to do is immediately we will convert this button to the favorite when the user clicks on this button, and afterwards in the backend let's the browser take care of this API call and all those things, making success. And afterwards when the contact got updated, automatically this component will be re-rendered, which you will be automatically will be able to see this button. So how it will be that one? So now let's try to implement that scenario. if you go into this contact.jsx file, so here in our contact.jsx file, if you come down, this is our favorite, right? Now here, let's see, this is the fetcher account. Now if you try to console this fetcher, hook fetcher, I am doing the fetcher, and here if you see the output for this one, now this is the fetcher. Now if you try to see, this is the entire the form data, we are able to get it. And if you see at the bottom, this is the form, right? And here you'll be able to see all the type of things is there, form action, everything. And if you try to see down, if you are going on down, you will be able to see nothing is there. Now nothing is there in this one. Now when I click on this one, see now the form is getting submitting, the state is getting submitting. Now we are able to get the form data. So whatever the form data is there and the form method, form action, whatever it is there. So it has been this fetcher for this form, for this fetcher it has been attached. Now we can get the form data immediately and we can do the logic, right? So for example, let's say that if you want to check the form data, so here I can write in such a way that form data. If you see the output for this one, so first time you will be getting it as undefined. Why? Because since the form has not been attached to this one. Now if I try to click on this one, here I am able to get the form data. Now if you want to get the favorite data, so here I can use something like dot get of favorite. So here I can use the favorite. Now let's see, first time you will be getting it as an undefined as usual, so there is nothing. So here you will be able to see form data dot get of favorite. Okay, fine. So here it is showing error. So what we can do it is, so here we can write a condition, fetcher dot form data is there, then only we can get this one. If fetcher dot form data is there, then only we will be accessing this console.log. Now if you try to see the output for this one, now let's click on this, you will be able to get the false, right? Now if I click here, now you will be able to get the toggle true. Immediately we are able to get it. Now what I will try to do, I can override this favorite with this one. So here I can do in such a way that favorite is equal to fetcher dot like this. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so form data is not available, so here we are able to get the favorite which is coming from directly from the contact details. Now if I update on this one, the same thing. Okay, here what we need to do is, so here I need to, this one we will get is a string, right? So we need to convert it into a boolean. Now if I click here, immediately it has been converted, and now afterwards in the backend it is getting updated. Now if I click here, see immediately it has been removed favorite, this contact, and it is getting updated. Now see, let's see for the last time. So now I want to make this contact as favorite. Click, immediately this one became favorite, and afterwards it has been updated in the backend. So this is how this fetcher form data we can do it. And the final one what I want to explain you is the, for example, let's say that if there is any error on this page, so for example if there is no contact available, for example let's say here if contact is not there, then we will throw an error, throw you error of error found or something like that, or otherwise no contact found, something like this. Now so this time you will be able to see the contact. Now I will write some random contact ID. Now you will be able to see the page you are trying is not available, not contact found. So here no contact found. So this is the error we are able to see it. So now how this one is coming, global error we are getting it as a global error. Now if you try to see in our main.jsx routing thing, and here if you try to see, so this one is we are getting it from the error element, this is the error page. Now if you want to have a separate error page for this child element, why? Because the main route has been gone, the child route for this one, so only in the child route we need to show this error, but here the main route has been gone. So in order to have this type of thing, so what we can do it is, so here what we have did it previously, for each element or otherwise for each routing we have added an error element. For example, let's say that for this one also if you add this like this error element, there is an error. Now if you try to see here, now you will be able to observe there is an error, but for every children if you want to add this error element, it would not be nice, right? So that is the thing. So now what we can do it is, so for this one, so here we can have a parent children, we can change it pathless route. So here we can have a pathless route in such a way that, so this is the children we are having and there is no path. You can have an error element. Okay, so error element, you can show the error page here. Here also you can show this error page. Okay, and for this one, okay, so this is the main child, and for this one, inside this one you will be having the children. Okay, so here this one will be an array, and the complete code whichever it is there in this one, so here up to here I think, yeah, let's see what is there any error or not. So the complete one, whatever that it is there, so we will be adding into this. Now here you will be able to see there is an error. Now you can remove this error element for this one, and also you can remove the error element for this one also. Now if you try to see, now let's see you are able to see in the child root. Now here what we have did it, so now the main root will not be disturbed, the main root will not be gone, and in the children, if the path doesn't match, so this is the pathless route, so if any path doesn't match here, automatically this error element will be loaded. Error element will be loaded in the outlet, or otherwise if it is matched means, any path is matched means in the children, then it will try to load it. So this is called as a pathless route. So this is very handful in a way whenever you are trying to do in the child route, whenever you want to show the message or error message anything, so you can use this pathless routes in order to show the error message. So now we have learned about the fetcher form data, and also we have learned about the error form, error element showing in the children element also. What I will do is, I will commit this entire code in a new branch, video-113, and I will commit this entire code. So that is pathless routes. So I will commit this entire code. Whoever wants to refer this code, so the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below of this video, so you can have a look at it. And if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we have reached the final part of this one. So now for the final part, so let's try to implement our final trick, that is nothing but configuring our routes with the JSX. Right now we have configured the route with the routes data. So this is as an object we have framed it, but we know about the JSX format of writing the routing. So that one, let's try to do it. So we can implement the same thing using the method create routes from elements. So there is no functional difference between the JSX or objects when configuring your routes. It's simply a stylistic difference. So here the object notation type of implementing the routes or the JSX type of implementing the routes, nothing will be there, only the syntax and all those things will be changed. So let's try to implement the same routing functionality with the JSX routes. So for this one, what we can do is, I will comment out this entire code. So I want to implement this complete routing with the JSX notation. So here for creating that one, constant routes is equal to, or otherwise constant router is equal to create browser router, and in this one here we need to call the method create routes from elements. Okay, create routes from elements, and here you need to write the code inside this one. So what we can write, first one is the route. Okay, so here you need to mention the route, and that one is the main route, right? So main route, where is this one? Yeah, the path will be, path is equal to slash the home route, and the element which should be loaded is the route. Okay, and here you can have an error element is equal to error page. So whatever the thing you are trying to write it, here you can write it. And now we need to mention the loader and also the action. Okay, the same, the attributes, everything will be same. Loader is equal to root loader, and the action is equal to root action. Okay, so now we have completed implementation of this main route. So here for this main route we have created route path is equal to, for this one path is equal to slash, and the element we need to load is the root, and the error element is the error page, and the loader we are trying to load it is the root loader, and the action is the root action. The same object notation right now we have implemented using the JSX notation. So fine. So first main thing is completed. Now we need to implement the children. So whenever you are trying to implement the children, then you need to write between this opening and closing route. Okay. So now here in the children, okay, in the children we are having a pathless route. Okay. So here I can have something like route. So we don't have any path, and the element, error element. So this time error element we need to load is the error page. That's it, error page. So now we are loading the error element, error page. Okay, we need to close the route. So now inside this error element, inside this one again we are having a children. So now again we need to implement the children inside the route. Which route? So here in this error element we need to implement the route. So here this route, inside this route we can write again the children. So children means in between this one we need to write it. And here what we can do, first one is the route. Okay, and here you can write index is equal to true. So whichever you are having like this, so you can write it as an index. You can implement the true, or otherwise you can write, there is no need, index, and the element we need to load is the index. Okay, and the first one is also, and the second one is also completed. And now, okay, so route we are getting error. It should be imported from the React router DOM. Route. Okay, so now we have implemented the route also. Now let's go here. Where is our code? Yeah, so route, and first children is completed, and the second children is contact/contact ID. Okay, let's capture this contact/contact ID, and the route we need to path is equal to, so we will be having, and the element I need to load is the contact. So like this we need to write one by one, contact, and here the loader and the loader and the action is the contact loader and the favorite action. Okay, loader is the contact loader, and the action is the favorite action, that's it. So this route is also completed, so we can close this route, favorite action. Okay, I think, yeah, now we got this contact ID is finished, and here we need to capture this edit also. So we need to implement this edit also. Let's go, and I will copy and paste it here, and /edit. So you will be having /edit, and the error element we need to load is the edit contact. Here I need to write it is an edit contact, and the loader we need to load is the contact loader common and the edit action. So contact loader is common, and we need to load the edit action. So this one is also completed, and the last one is the contact destroy. So let's copy this one, and here also you will write another path, another route. So route path is equal to, so contact destroy, and here let's close it, and here action is equal to destroy action. So here I can write action is equal to destroy action. Okay, so that's it. So now, so that's it. So we have completely removed this one, that object notation of the routing, and we have implemented the same using the JSX notation. So if you try to see here carefully, so this is our main route, and in this one we are having a children, that is nothing but the error element, and inside this error element we are having all the children, that is nothing but getting the contact, editing the contact, and deleting the contact. Now if you try to see the output, let's try to see the output. Now home page, let's go to the home page, and if I refresh this page, we are able to see the home page, and here we are able to see the output. Edit is working fine, and cancel is also working fine, and favorite is also working fine, and delete is also working fine. Where is this? Did I click it? Yeah, delete is also working fine. And what else is the, what else, is it working fine? Delete, are you sure you want to delete? Okay, it's going to destroy, I don't know why. Path contact/contact ID, path contact/contact ID destroy, action is equal to destroy action. Maybe some problem is there, I think. So we can check it, that one afterwards. So everything, the routes and everything is working fine according to us, right? So by this, so entire thing, the routing entire thing is completed. If you try to search here Leela, and this is also working fine. So by this, the entire routing and all those things is completed. So now we have made use of all the things. We have learned the concepts like fetching and everything. Now we have one issue, that is nothing but delete issue. I am leaving up to you only. So take the repository URL, take the repository code and try to see where this problem is coming. The page you are trying to is not available. Oops, I think maybe the what I can say is the destroy action, right? This is the destroy action. So where will be this destroy action? Oh, we have a separate thing, right? Contact, I don't remember, destroy.jsx, and here we are, oh yeah, we wantedly writing this, what I can say, the error, we are wantedly throwing the error. Fine. So now I think this delete also works fine. By this we have completed successfully the routing thing. So I am very happy to say that React routing concept is also completed, but still lot more concepts are there in React.js to learn for us. We need to learn about the use context API, use memo JS, and what I can say is Redux we need to learn. So many things are there to learn. So join with me, so be with me. So don't think that the course is too long. So I am taking so much of time to explain it clearly, and we have completed successfully the routing concept also. This is the react18 and the React router 6 concept at the time of this recording. So hope you understood it very well and practice well, so that you can have a better understanding about the routing concept and the React concept also. So we will be learning about the Angular. So in our channel we are having so many concepts like Angular, React and Vue.js. I am very happy to tell you that in our channel we are having the three of things in depth. We are having basic foundation onwards, we are having the Vue.js, Angular and React. So I am very happy to tell about this one from foundation. Now we have since it is 3 years our channel has been developed, so most of the fundamentals and all those things are already covered. Slowly we are entering into the advanced concepts also. I will be also learning along with you, so please be with me, so that we all will learn the new concepts and all those things. Suggest me if there is anything wrong or anything, means if any new concepts or any new things released in our front-end development or anything, means suggest me, post me a comments or anything, I will let you know. So I will be reading all the comments. Some of the comments I will not reply, but most of the things I will be replying. So that's it about the things. So in the next coming I will come up with the new videos in this one React.js. So stay tuned with this one. So there I will commit this entire code. Actually that video is, this one is 115 actually. So video -115. So we have completed nearly 115. This is the JSX roots. Okay. So we will be doing from now onwards, we will be doing simple examples like that. So routing concept. So now I hope that you have a better understanding by practicing this simple session. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.